Chapter 647. In the City of Redemption, the center of the city was a human city. Even though it was dilapidated, the areas of the various races were also protected by a formation. This was to prevent all the evil demons from suddenly acting and wiping out the sinner's blood in one fell swoop. Over the years, the evil demons had only invaded on a small scale, and it was difficult for the human race to hunt the evil demons on a large scale. The two sides had been in a stalemate for nearly 10,000 years. On this day, with the sudden outbreak of large-scale actions by various evil demons, the tranquility of the City of Redemption was broken. Roar! Countless evil demons came from different directions, blotting out the sky and covering the earth as they attacked the human race's territory. The human race instantly panicked when they saw this scene. The evil demons are here. The evil demons are here. Everyone be on guard. There are so many evil demons. Are they crazy? How dare they take the initiative to invade our territory? Look at their momentum. The whole clan has been mobilized. Go back and report to the leader. We must hold on. After so many years of peace, these evil demons are finally unwilling to be left alone. Let's kill our way out and fight them. The war between humans and demons broke out in the City of Redemption. The human territory was full of the sound of battle. Many humans fell, and many evil demons were killed. The most tragic battle in thousands of years had unfolded between the two sides. In the territory of the Yang family, they encountered the invasion of the blood-devouring evil demons. Yang Yuanchun led his clansmen to fight. What are these blood-devouring evil demons doing? Yang Hongchang realized that the evil demon invasion this time was definitely not simple. I don't care so much. I just happen to be short of points. I can't drag Wu down. Yang Jingtao wiped his battle spear and rushed out like a cheetah after saying that. During this period of time, his strength had improved a lot. The elixirs and medicinal liquids given to him by Yang Wu had helped him improve in all aspects. It would not be long before he could break through to the advanced heavenly fish realm. Now, the old man was full of fighting spirit. Bai Luoyun and the 5 proud swords were originally here to hone themselves. They were unwilling to fall behind and also joined the battle team to fight against the evil demons. At this moment, dozens of demonic shadows with dense evil chi appeared in the sky above the City of Redemption. They were the little devil saints from the various nefarious demon clans, and also the top forces of the nefarious demon clans. Brothers, today, let us slaughter all the humans to our heart's content and make this place our territory, a minor devil saint shouted. We've been waiting for this day for a long time. Let's join forces and destroy them, another minor devil saint said. Suddenly, countless demonic auras shrouded the sky above the City of Redemption. Terrifying forces fell from the sky. These forces were like natural disasters that had the power to destroy heaven and earth, frightening the people in the City of Redemption. At this moment, a majestic chi fluctuated in the City of Redemption. More than 20 minor saints appeared and blocked the evil forces. A mighty man with a green pagoda body faced the fiends and shouted, "You fiends just won't give up. Today I'll kill all of you." The green pagoda floated. Thousands of green light turned into blades and crazily attacked the fiends. An old man with an unprepossessing appearance glared angrily with round eyes. Behind him, an angry Buddha flashed and struck out with an extremely powerful force. That dense anger was the legendary anger martial way. Anger overflowed and corpses littered the field. The other minor saints had different types of battle chi. They were all experts from the war clan and could fight against those with a higher level. They weren't afraid of these fiends. Yang Yuanchun also appeared with the other 2 leaders. After the evil chi in their souls was expelled, their minds were clearer and their combat strength was more extraordinary. The battle between minor saints was earth-shattering. When one looked up, one would feel that the world was about to be destroyed. Just as the fiends were attacking the humans, the fire-corroding demon clan was being invaded by the humans. After Yang Wu was beaten into the lava river, he crushed the jade tube and attracted Xing Bian and the others. It turned out that Yang Ba, Shu Yujun, and Yang Zhenlong, who were fighting fiercely with the corroding flame demons, had quickly retreated. They had received Yang Wu's warning and knew that Yang Wu would definitely have a way to escape, so they did not bother with these corroding flame demons. If they wanted to retreat, the fire-corroding demons wouldn't be able to stop them. Even the minor devil saints couldn't stop them. After they left, Xing Bian, LV Jiaoyan, Xing Lai, and the others flew over on the snake-shaped battleship. This was a minor saint battleship. Its attack power was quite strong. As long as there were enough mystic spirit stones, it could unleash its power. Even the minor devil saints couldn't get close to it. Xing Bian stood on the head of the snake in the center and looked at the lava river. He could feel the intense fire power there. His eyes glowed. He licked his lips and said, "The fire-corroding fire seed must be here. Seventh young master, there are a lot of fire-corroding demons here. We have to be careful." Ichio reminded Xing Bian. "There's nothing to be afraid of. If they dare to come, we'll just annihilate them all," Xing Bian said confidently. In order to obtain the minor saint fire seed, he had spent a lot of effort to get this battleship from his old ancestor. Its attack and defense were unparalleled. He believed that the fire-corroding demons wouldn't be able to do anything to it. Just as he finished speaking, one of the minor devil saints' fire-corroding demons attacked. "Despicable humans, how dare you invade? Slap them to death!" The minor devil saint roared. This minor devil saint's name was Sherbian. His status in the fire-corroding demon clan wasn't low. He was the eldest son of the fire-corroding demon patriarch and was already a peak elementary minor devil saint. "Insolent!" Ichio, who was standing beside Xing Bian, shouted. Just as Ichio was about to block the attack, Xing Bian waved his hand and said, "There's no need for Elder Yi to make a move. My battleship is enough." In the next moment, he pressed his hand on the snake head of the battleship and channeled his energy into the battleship. Intertwining energy rose into the air and enveloped the battleship. When the fire-corroding demon saint's palm came slamming down, it was forcefully blocked. Bang! The battleship merely swayed a few times, but it wasn't damaged in the slightest. Everyone on the battleship was unharmed. "Haha, your fire-corroding demon saint strength is only SOSO. Xing Bian laughed excitedly. Then, he slapped the snake head again. A terrifying light burst out from the snake head. It was a terrifying serpent, directly targeting the fire-corroding demon saint. Serpent Devour. This was the battleship's killing formation, and it wasn't any weaker than a minor saint's attack. Sherbian looked at the incoming serpent and formed several fire seals, forming a sea of fire that slammed into the serpent's attack. However, he had underestimated the serpent's strength. The impact forced him back 1,000 zhang. Sherbian's expression turned ugly. He roared towards the sky and a large number of fire-corroding demons rushed over from all directions, bombarding the battleship with earth-shattering attacks. Rumble, rumble! Wave after wave of fire pearls slammed into the battleship. Loud explosions rang in everyone's ears, but the battleship remained unharmed. Xing Bian's smile grew even more complacent. In the next moment, he slapped down 3 snake heads and roared, "Annihilate all of you!" The 3 snake heads unleashed 3 serpents that were several thousand zhang long, charging towards the fire-corroding demons in all directions. The serpents' strength was tyrannical. Wherever they went, the fire-corroding demons would be reduced to ashes. Despicable humans, what are the other elders standing there for? Kill these humans together! Sherbian roared. In the next moment, 3 minor devil saints appeared. 2 of them exuded auras that were even stronger than Sherbian. They were none other than the fire-corroding demon elders. "How dare you act so presumptuously in my clan's territory? You deserve to die!" One of the minor devil saints roared. He raised a strange-looking battle weapon and attacked the battleship. Raging flames turned into lightning, reaching the battleship in an instant. blazing lightning strike. The other minor devil saints didn't stay idle. Since the other party had attacked their nest, it wouldn't be right if they didn't go all out. Ichio, who was on the battleship, also joined the battle. He wasn't an ordinary minor saint, but a high-level minor saint. With his strength alone, he could fight against the two strongest minor devil saints. All of you, go out and protect me. I'm going to charge into the lava river. Xing Bian said and charged into the lava river with a halberd in his hand. LV Jiaolian, Xing Lai, and the other generals moved, forcing the other fire-corroding demons away, opening a path for Xing Bian. However, the fire-corroding demons weren't to be trifled with. When all of them moved out, it still caused a lot of trouble for Xing Bian and the others. At the bottom of the lava river, the temperature was terrifying. Even a heavenly realm expert would die if they landed here. Yang Wu was protected by blue demoness, and his entire body was covered in a layer of blue fire armor. It blocked the fire from the lava and could not hurt him at all. Blue demoness was also crazily absorbing the energy here. It was like a bottomless pit that needed large amounts of fire to strengthen itself. Blue demoness already had a trace of intelligence. It was happily absorbing the energy here, but it still didn't forget to find the energy it needed. Yang Wu rushed towards the direction blue demoness pointed at. The lava river couldn't stop him at all. However, he didn't go far before he found a shiny crystal. He reached out his hand and grabbed a floating crystal in his hand. Then, he said happily, "Fire crystal stone." Fire crystal stone was a material for refining weapons. It was also the energy crystal that martial artists who cultivated fire xian qi liked. Refining it into a weapon could increase the level of the weapon. Refining its power could increase one's xian qi, and there was a chance to condense true fire. It wasn't easy for many martial artists who cultivated fire xian qi to condense true fire. Most of them had to use external items to fuse with their bodies. Only then could they form their own true fire. This fire crystal stone had this ability. Yang Wu took a closer look and found that there were quite a lot of fire crystal stones here. He continued to work and soon obtained dozens of fire crystal stones. He was quite satisfied. Just as he was about to plunder, he suddenly felt two beams of light fall on him. His whole body shivered and a sense of fear arose spontaneously. Yang Wu looked down and opened his soul eyes. He broke through the layers of barriers and saw an extremely large corrosive flame demon sitting cross-legged under the lava. It was staring at him with its eyes wide open. There was a bewitching flame dancing between its eyebrows. It was like the sun. Heart-corroding fire seed. Chapter 648. The flame-corroding fire seed was a kind of fire seed that was formed after thousands of years of accumulation and the flame-corroding demon's power. It was evil, but its firepower was strong. No matter which warrior obtained it, their combat power would increase immediately, and they would have the lethality of a lesser saint fire seed. Xing Bian came to the City of Redemption for it, but the one who saw it first was Yang Wu. Yang Wu had blue demoness, which was one of the strongest immortal fire seeds. It was his talent and potential power. As long as it kept absorbing firepower, it would continue to improve. The flame-corroding fire seed in front of him was one of its best nourishment. Blue demoness had devoured a few types of firepower, and now it was also one of the lesser saint fire seeds. When two lesser saint fire seeds met, there would be an intense collision. It would depend on who would devour the other first, and the winner would be able to improve greatly. Yang Wu thought that after encountering the flame-corroding fire seed, he could slowly devour it with blue demoness. However, when he saw it, he had the urge to run away. The flame-corroding fire seed had been absorbed by the flame-corroding demon sitting cross-legged and became its life source power. This flame-corroding demon was obviously not simple. Its firepower was extremely terrifying. It should be the patriarch of the flame-corroding demon. Its combat power had reached the level of a high-level minor demon saint. How could Yang Wu obtain the flame-corroding fire seed? Run! Yang Wu did not hesitate and quickly rushed up. He had to leave this place first, and then he would be fully prepared. You want to run away after coming here? Pitiful human. The patriarch of the flame-corroding demon stared at Yang Wu and said faintly. It opened its palm, and the lava river seemed to be under its control. It swept Yang Wu towards it. Yang Wu immediately felt suffocated. He used all the power in his body to resist, but it was to no avail. He wanted to summon Lei Zhongjuan, but this was the lava river. A soul puppet like him could not withstand it at all, so he had no choice but to give up. Seeing that Yang Wu was at his wit's end, he had no choice but to summon the soul-suppressing pot. He shouted, "Suppress!" The soldier soul of the soul-suppressing pot had already recognized Yang Wu as its master. Now, the soul-suppressing pot would listen to Yang Wu's orders. It took a portion of Yang Wu's power and released the pressure of a sacred weapon. The pot grew in size and suppressed the flame-corroding demon patriarch. The corroding flame demon patriarch's eyes twitched. He sneered. "No wonder you dared to enter the holy river. So you brought a saint weapon. Flame demonic dragon." All of a sudden, the surrounding lava condensed into a powerful demonic dragon that crashed into the soul-suppressing gourd. The flame-corroding demon patriarch was only a step away from the peak of the minor devil-saint realm. It was not that it did not have the ability to break through, but it had been suppressing it all this time, waiting for the 1,000-year seal-breaking plan to activate before breaking through. It had also joined forces with the other patriarchs to forcefully open the seal here. With its current battle prowess, it did not fear the pressure of a sacred weapon. If Yang Wu was a minor saint, perhaps it would be afraid. However, Yang Wu was only an insignificant mid-level heavenly fish. Even if he had the ability to fight above his level, it was impossible for him to close the gap between the two of them. As expected, the soul-suppressing pot could not approach the flame-corroding demon patriarch at all under the attack of the demonic dragon. Yang Wu wanted to use this opportunity to escape, but the corroding flame demon patriarch was distracted. His other hand reached out to grab Yang Wu from afar. Yang Wu was unable to escape, and he was captured and dragged under the lava. Yang Wu did not care about anything else. He activated his ice blade wings and slashed at the patriarch. The ice blade wings had been damaged in the river of lava, and could no longer maintain its invisible attack. The flame-corroding demon patriarch immediately saw through it. It glared angrily, and a powerful burst of fire exploded in front of the ice blade wings. The ice blade wings could not withstand such power and broke on the spot. PFFF. Yang Wu suffered a backlash. He spat out a large mouthful of blood. His kidneys spasmed, and the pain was unbearable. "My kidneys are King weak again." Yang Wu cursed in his mind. He opened his soul eye and shot a beam of soul light at the flame-corroding demon patriarch. This was his most powerful life-saving trump card. If even this move didn't work, he was afraid that he wouldn't have a good time. No matter what kind of living being it was, they all had spiritual willpower. This beam of soul light was very sudden, and Yang Wu was very close to the flame-corroding demon patriarch. The flame-corroding demon patriarch was still suppressing the soul-suppressing pot, so he was caught off guard. He was struck between his eyebrows by Yang Wu's beam of soul light. Just when Yang Wu thought he could hurt the patriarch, he sensed that his soul power attack was ineffective. It was blocked by the flame-corroding fire seed between the patriarch's eyebrows. "What a strange brat! You cannot be forgiven." The flame-corroding demon patriarch glared at Yang Wu. He clenched his fist, and a powerful force imprisoned Yang Wu. He wanted to crush him into a puddle of blood. Yang Wu had a spotless body, and he had been tempered countless times. He was already comparable to a top-tier heavenly fish, and it would not be an exaggeration to say that he had a little saint physique. However, he was still a soft sieve in front of the flame-corroding demon patriarch. He could not even take a single blow. Yang Wu had no way out. He made up his mind and used his final trump card. A medallion appeared, and a torrential aura of slaughter permeated the air. Countless demons roared incessantly. They seemed to be in great pain, and their cries of agony were extremely horrifying. Demon Taming Medallion. The Demon Taming Hall had once tamed thousands of spirit demons, savage beasts, and even evil devils. It contained boundless killing intent and terrifying power. When it appeared, the will of a demon tamer appeared. This was the will of a saint. Even saint-tier spirit demons, savage beasts, and evil devils would be terrified in front of a demon tamer. Demon tamers were true butchers. Their hands were stained with the blood of countless spirit demons, savage beasts, and evil devils. They were the nemesis of spirit demons, savage beasts, and evil devils. The Demon Taming Medallion was a saint medallion. When it appeared, the lava in the area seemed to stop. The terrifying aura suppressed the flame-corroding demon patriarch, and he immediately revealed an expression of extreme fear. It was as if he could see a butcher holding a saint weapon and tying him up. He was going to gouge out his eyes, cut out his tongue, pull out his tendons, and dismember his limbs. Roar! The flame-corroding demon patriarch roared. He was struggling and resisting. He did not want to be dismembered like this. Yang Wu was knocked back by his strength. The soul-suppressing gourd was also freed from its restraints, and it crashed into the flame-corroding demon patriarch. The Demon Taming Medallion and the soul-suppressing gourd were suppressed at the same time. The flame-corroding demon patriarch's strength was suppressed. His huge body began to shrink, and his eyes revealed a look of fear. He was not a saint yet. The will of the demon tamers was enough to suppress him, not to mention the soul-suppressing gourd. Just as the soul-suppressing gourd crashed into him, a powerful ray of light suddenly shot out from his forehead, attacking the soul-suppressing gourd. Bang! The soul-suppressing gourd was blocked, but the wills of the demon tamers were not. They began to erase the flame-corroding demon patriarch's will. As long as his will was erased, he would be completely dead. But how could he be killed so easily? The flame-corroding fire seed in his forehead suddenly burst out with powerful flames, burning toward the Demon Taming Medallion. The Demon Taming Medallion was a saint medallion. It was impervious to all fire. Although the flame-corroding fire seed's flames were powerful, it could not get close to the medallion. The will of a demon tamer descended. He held a noose and threw it at the flame-corroding demon patriarch's head. He wanted to take the patriarch's head. The flame-corroding fire seed sensed the danger and shouted, "Fuse with me!" Suddenly, it emitted a powerful flame that covered the flame-corroding demon patriarch's body. The flame-corroding demon patriarch instantly shook off his fear of the demon tamer's will and roared, "Fuse!" Bang! 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 Balls of flames were released, forcefully pushing away all the pressure. The flame-corroding demon patriarch's power rose steadily, breaking through to the pinnacle of the minor overlord realm. All this time, the flame-corroding demon patriarch had not broken through. He was completely suppressing his realm. He was afraid that breaking through would attract the attention of the saints of the human race and bring about a fatal disaster. This was not uncommon in the past thousands of years. Originally, he was waiting for the seal to break through. Now that he was suppressed by the Demon Taming Medallion, he would definitely be killed by the medallion if he did not break through now. How could Yang Wu let him break through so easily? He controlled the Demon Taming Medallion and shouted, "Slay the demon quickly!" The demon tamer's will that had just appeared shone brightly. He replied, "I will obey the palace master's orders." The demon tamer's willpower became even more terrifying. The hooded hood pressed down forcefully, causing blood to spurt out from the corroding flame demon patriarch's body. A net was placed over its head. As long as it was pulled up, its head would be removed. "Get out of my way!" It was unknown whether it was the flame-corroding fire seed or the flame-corroding fire seed that roared. Boundless flames bloomed and surged towards the demon tamer. The demon tamer only had the power of his will. This was not the demon taming palace, and Yang Wu's power was limited. It was very difficult for him to unleash his full power. He was momentarily obstructed by the flames, unable to take down the flame-corroding demon patriarch. Yang Wu could sense that the demon tamer was obstructed. He could also sense that the flame-corroding demon patriarch was becoming more and more powerful. Once it broke through, he probably would not be able to use the demon taming medallion to suppress it with his current power. At this moment, blue demoness on his chest sent out a signal. It wanted to charge out and take the flame-corroding fire seed. Go! Yang Wu released blue demoness without hesitation. Blue demoness was already impatient. It turned into a blue fire dragon and charged towards the flame-corroding demon patriarch. The flame-corroding demon patriarch and the flame-corroding fire seed had not completely fused. When the flame-corroding fire seed sensed blue demoness, it instinctively developed a strong desire to devour it. It actually wanted to break free from the fusion with the flame-corroding demon patriarch and charge towards blue demoness. What are you doing? We're still one step away from completing the fusion. We can't stop now. The flame-corroding demon patriarch yelled. The flame-corroding fire seed replied, I'm going to devour the flame-corroding fire seed to evolve. The flame-corroding fire seed was sentient, but it was not very intelligent. Most of the time, it still relied on its instincts to do things. Bastard, why are you still trying to devour the flame-corroding fire seed at a time like this? The flame-corroding demon patriarch strengthened the fusion power. He wanted to forcefully complete the final step of the fusion with the flame-corroding fire seed. At this moment, a pitch-black scythe appeared in Yang Wu's hand. He roared, Demon Slayer! Chapter 649. The pitch-black scythe came from the Death Valley of the Wolf Smoke mountain range in the mortal world. It was the spoils of war that Yang Wu and the skinny monkey had obtained after killing the human-faced beast monster, the Death Scythe. Ever since Yang Wu obtained it, he had never used it. This was a terrifying and ominous weapon with an extraordinary origin. Now that he was facing the corroding flame devil, he had no reservations about using all of his trump cards, including the Death Scythe. Back in the devouring evil mountain range, Yang Wu had already comprehended a move called Demon Slayer by relying on himself to enter a state of enlightenment. It was a move that he had created himself, and he could unleash its full power at any time. The divine court Tao flower in his mind swayed. After pouring all of his Tao of death into the Death Scythe, only then could he unleash the scythe's full power. With a slash of the scythe, the heavens and earth lost their color. The fiend howled and wailed. It was as if the king of hell had appeared with a butcher's knife and the scythe. The fiend's life force instantly withered away. There was no way for it to escape. The river of lava seemed to have been split open. The powerful scythe went straight for the head of the corroding flame devil patriarch. The patriarch was much stronger than Yang Wu. Unfortunately, it was facing the power of the demon tamer's consciousness. The corroding flame fire seed was no longer fused with it, causing its power to dissipate. It was fine if it couldn't unleash its full power, but it also couldn't notice Yang Wu's sudden burst of power. When Yang Wu's scythe imbued with Tao of Death reached its chest, it felt a heavy threat. The patriarch lived up to its name as a high-level minor demon saint. Before the scythe could reach its chest, a thick layer of fire armor blocked it. Just as it thought it could easily dispel the attack, a wave of death energy rapidly broke through its armor and entered its flesh. It rapidly weakened its life force and its battle prowess. Trap! The demon tamer's consciousness grasped that instant of opportunity. The scythe fell completely and wrapped around the patriarch's head. The patriarch revealed a look of despair. It roared, No! It used all of its power to resist the power of the scythe, but without the support of the corroding flame fire seed, it couldn't resist at all. Its head was wrapped around. The flame-corroding devil patriarch had died. After it died, Yang Wu could finally breathe a sigh of relief. He had almost died here. He quickly put away the holy badge and the holy pot, mobilizing his immortal chi to heal his injuries. He also refined the 6-flavor earth yellow elixir to nourish his kidneys, completely healing his injuries. At this moment, Blue Enchantress and the corroding flame fire seed were fighting fiercely. Both of them could transform and continuously collide with each other, devouring each other's firepower, causing the river of lava to surge endlessly. Blue Enchantress was a part of Yang Wu, so he could easily sense that it was being threatened. Although it was one of the most powerful immortal fire seeds, it had only grown for a short period of time. It was not as powerful as the corroding flame fire seed, which had been condensed and accumulated for many years. It was already very impressive that it could resist being devoured by the corroding flame fire seed. Yang Wu had to participate in this battle in order to help Blue Enchantress subdue the corroding flame fire seed. Yang Wu could not find a way to help no matter how hard he thought about it. Just as he was panicking, a thought flashed through his mind. He remembered that Blue Enchantress was condensed from his heart's blood. If he could use the power of his bloodline to strengthen Blue Enchantress, he might be able to help it become stronger and suppress the corroding flame fire seed. Let's do that! Yang Wu made up his mind and quickly mobilized all the blood and qi in his body. A large amount of blood and qi energy gathered at his heart through his 8 extraordinary meridians. This blood and qi energy had already awakened to the Black Tortoise stage. The blue bloodline power was extremely vast, and it provided Blue Enchantress with great support. Thank you, Master. Yang Wu could faintly hear Blue Enchantress's reply. Blue Enchantress's firepower increased greatly, and it fiercely clashed with the corroding flame fire seed. It gradually displayed the power of the most powerful immortal fire. It could defeat all flames of the same level. However, this was the corroding flame fire seed's home ground. It absorbed the surrounding energy and continuously replenished its firepower as it fought Blue Enchantress to the death. The competition between fire seeds was to see who was stronger. In the end, the battle would only end when one of them devoured the other. This was supposed to be a long battle, but Yang Wu did not want to waste too much time. He had already crushed the jade tube. He believed that Xing Bian and the others would be here by now. If he could not subdue the corroding flame fire seed, there would be more problems. Blue Enchantress, I'll help you devour the corroding flame fire seed as soon as possible. Yang Wu yelled and mobilized all the blood in his veins towards his heart. He wanted to help Blue Enchantress devour the corroding flame fire seed as soon as possible. With Yang Wu's help, Blue Enchantress once again unleashed a powerful force. It turned into a black tortoise and madly devoured the corroding flame fire seed. At the same time, Yang Wu's body became shriveled. He looked haggard and old, like someone whose blood and qi were about to dry up. He had lost a lot of his life force. Blood and qi were the source of life. Losing blood and qi would affect one's life force. At this moment, he realized how important the connection between his blood and Blue Enchantress was. If Blue Enchantress could devour the corroding flame fire seed, he would be nourished and his heart flame would increase greatly. If Blue Enchantress lost and was devoured, he would also suffer a backlash and lose a lot of his life force. Right now, Yang Wu could no longer care so much. When he saw that Blue Enchantress had the upper hand, he knew that the corroding flame fire seed could not escape. He quickly refined 2 heavenly blood pills to replenish his blood and qi in case something unexpected happened. The heavenly blood pill was still very powerful. When traces of the pill's power were released, his body's condition improved a lot. However, compared to when he was at his peak, it was still a lot worse. Those who were familiar with him would be shocked to see him like this. Blue Enchantress finally gained the upper hand. The corroding flame fire seed was slowly covered by it. It was too late for it to escape. Yang Wu relaxed and began to use the Fire Saint Bone to find other opportunities. The Fire Saint Bone had triggered the Regal 9 Mystery Mantra's reaction. He had suspected that there was Xian Essence Qi here, but now it seemed that was not the case. The reaction was not that strong. Yang Wu ignored Blue Enchantress and went in the direction of the reaction. He saw many fire crystals on the way, and he collected them all. Soon, he found a place with less magma. There were only wisps of flowing flames. There was a sword stuck in the magma rock. He could only see the hilt of the sword, but he couldn't see the body of the sword that was stuck in the ground. However, after Yang Wu saw this sword, he felt that this sword was extraordinary. After thousands of years of burning at the bottom of the lava rock, it was incomparably hard, and even a heavenly soldier would not be able to penetrate such a deep place. Yet, this sword had directly penetrated the bottom of the rock. It could be seen that this sword was incomparably sharp, or perhaps it had been smashed in by some peerless expert. It must have been the corroding flame demon who forced it here, Yang Wu guessed. Yang Wu flew over and grabbed the sword. He forcefully pulled it out. This sword was stuck very deep under the lava. Yang Wu spent a lot of effort to pull it out completely. When this sword was pulled out, it was like a phoenix was crying. The lava rolled around and the sword was shining. The sword's power was extraordinary. The mysterious phoenix sword. This was a top-level minor saint battle weapon. It was suitable for fire Xian Qi martial artists to wield. It could greatly increase their killing power. The sword's power turned into the sound of the phoenix. There was a hint of the weapon's soul. If it was treated well, it might become a real holy weapon after it was infused with saint materials. Once it had a weapon's soul, it would be much easier to infuse it into a holy weapon. There was no need to reforge it. The weapon's soul only needed to consume saint materials to increase its level. Yang Wu held the mysterious phoenix sword. The fire saint bone flew out from his Qian Kuan space. There was a resonance between the two. It was similar to when he saw Xing Bian. Why can this sword trigger the fire saint bone's reaction? Yang Wu was puzzled. He did not hesitate to activate the Sovereign Nine Mysteries formula. He used the connection between the Nine Mysteries formula to figure out what was going on. Sure enough, the Codex of the highest Nine Mysteries had triggered a reaction from the mysterious phoenix sword and the fire saint bone. Yang Wu could vaguely feel that the original owner of the mysterious phoenix sword had come from a domain with strong fire qi. He had once cultivated there and obtained a trace of qi of mysterious essence. The fire saint bone had also touched the qi of mysterious essence there, which was why they could trigger the codex of the highest Nine Mysteries. Yang Wu quickly realized that Xing Baiyan also had the same feeling. His mind spun quickly, and a strange look appeared on his face as he muttered to himself, "There is a kind of Xian essence qi in the Xing family's territory, or perhaps it is related to the Xing family. The original owner of the mysterious phoenix sword and the fire saint bone should be from the Xing family." That was the only reason why there would be a reaction when he saw Xing Bian. Other than this explanation, he could not think of any other. Perhaps I'll be able to make a final conclusion when I see that fellow again, Yang Wu thought to himself. He then took the mysterious phoenix sword and quickly flew back to Blue Demonis. At this moment, Blue Demonis had entered the stage of completely devouring the corrosive flame fire seed. It had already wrapped around the opponent and would completely devour him soon. Yang Wu was overjoyed. He did not go and collect fire crystals anymore. Instead, he waited for Blue Demonis to completely succeed. He could then slowly search for fire crystals. At this moment, a powerful force fell into the lava river, causing the lava in the lava river to surge. A figure quickly flew down. His entire body was covered in a layer of scarlet-purple fire armor, which covered his entire body. He was not affected by the power of the lava. Is that the corrosive flame fire seed? Its firepower is really powerful. Even the heavens are helping me. The person looked at Blue Demonis and laughed excitedly. Chapter 650. Xing Bian had never seen the heart-eroding fire seed before, but when he saw Blue Demonis and felt the powerful firepower she emitted, he knew that it was the heart-eroding fire seed. The Xing family mainly cultivated fire xianqi. Although he had already awakened his true fire talent, every type of true fire needed to devour high-level flames to improve. The heart-eroding fire seed in front of him was the fire seed he desired the most. After devouring it, not only could it improve the level of his true fire, but it could also help him break through to the dragon transformation realm. It was for this purpose that he entered the City of Redemption. How could he not be excited when the heart-eroding fire seed was right in front of him? Yang Wu was directly ignored by him, and he was very hurt. He thought to himself, "He can't even see the handsome heavenly king. Is this guy blind?" Xing Bian had indeed ignored Yang Wu. He took out 3 jade bottles and was about to throw them at the heart-eroding fire seed. This was an extremely cold item that was specially collected to subdue the heart-eroding fire seed. Only by suppressing the power of the heart-eroding fire seed could he successfully refine it. At this time, Yang Wu had no choice but to block Xing Bian and say, "Seventh young master, what are you doing?" Xing Bian glanced at Yang Wu and said indifferently, "You did well to find the heart-eroding fire seed for me. After I get the heart-eroding fire seed, I will detoxify you." In fact, he had already seen Yang Wu, but he directly ignored Yang Wu. Yang Wu smiled faintly and said, "Thank you very much, seventh young master." After a pause, he said, "But this isn't the heart-eroding fire seed." Xing Bian frowned and said, "What nonsense are you talking about? Such a strong fire seed, do you think I'm a fool? Hurry up and get out of my way, or you'll die." Yang Wu looked at Xing Bian and said calmly, "This really isn't the heart-eroding fire seed, but my true fire. It's just about to devour the heart-eroding fire seed. Seventh young master, you have to wait." "Impudent, did you forget about the heart-eroding pill?" Xing Bian shouted angrily. "I really forgot." Yang Wu shrugged. "Good, very good. I don't care if this is your true flame or the corroding flame seed. It's mine. Now scram and wait for your death. Otherwise, I don't mind killing you right now." Xing Bian stared at Yang Wu and said loudly. At this time, killing intent had already risen in his heart towards Yang Wu. However, he had just fought a fierce battle with Shibian and had consumed a lot of energy. He was still recovering, so he didn't want to waste time on Yang Wu for the time being. "I'm sorry, seventh young master, but this fire seed really isn't yours. It's mine." Yang Wu crossed his arms in front of his chest and said calmly. Although Yang Wu's current situation didn't look very good, and he had lost a lot of blood qi, he wasn't afraid of the other party at all. At worst, he would just fight. Xing Bian wasn't an idiot. He could see that Yang Wu was going against him. He didn't waste any more words and sent a palm of fire at Yang Wu. Xing Bian was a peak heaven realm expert, much stronger than Yang Wu. In his eyes, Yang Wu was just a fly that he could casually swat. Unfortunately, he was wrong this time. Before his attack could land on Yang Wu quickly returned with a punch, shattering his palm energy. "It seems like you don't want to live anymore." Xing Bian was thoroughly enraged. After saying that, he formed a seal with both of his palms. The surrounding flame essence energy gathered, forming a seal that looked like the sun and pressed down on Yang Wu. Sacred Yang Seal. Xing Bian grew up in the Xing family of the battle race. He had the best cultivation resources, and even his battle skills were top grade. This sacred Yang Seal was a lesser saint's skill, and its power was extraordinary. Yang Wu felt threatened by the sacred Yang Seal, but it wasn't enough to make him submit. He threw out a dragon flame fist, and the surrounding flames condensed into a fire dragon to meet the seal. Boom! Boom! The flames in the lava river continued to explode, and the lava rippled with shocking power. Yang Wu didn't want to fight under the lava. He had to give Blue Demoness a little more time. Soon, it would be able to completely devour the corroding flame fire seed. "Get out of here!" Yang Wu entered a berserk state, and both of his fists punched out crazily. Many fire dragons rushed towards Xing Bian, and their power wasn't any weaker than Xing Bian's. Yang Wu's attacks were too fast and too dense, forcing Xing Bian to keep retreating. Only then did Xing Bian realize that he had greatly underestimated Yang Wu's power. He exclaimed in his heart, "This bastard is pretending to be a pig to eat a tiger." Now, he was sure that Yang Wu was pretending to be weak before, but he didn't understand why Yang Wu would do that, and why he had even taken the heart-devouring pill. No matter what tricks you play, you will die today. Xing Bian was indeed an outstanding prodigy of the Xing family. How could he be forced out of the lava river so easily by Yang Wu? His hands kept forming seals, and one powerful palm after another slammed down. It was as if half of the lava's power was under his control. He wanted to suppress Yang Wu and kill Yang Wu on the spot. Yang Wu and Xing Bian's battle was extremely fierce. Both sides didn't hold back at all, and they showed their ferocious side. Yang Wu's cultivation level was much lower than Xing Bian's, and Xing Bian wasn't suppressed by his bloodline. Xing Bian fought more and more fiercely, and Yang Wu fell back into the lava river. "With your little strength, it's already good that you can fight me head-on. Let's end this here." Xing Bian didn't want to delay any longer. His body produced a special purple flame, and a fire barrier appeared around him. His power rapidly increased, forming a ball of purple sun power that crushed down on Yang Wu. Punishment Fire Aura Chi. Purple Sun Sky Burning Palm. Punishment Fire Aura Chi was the Xing family's unique battle chi. They were born with the power of true fire, and could form a kind of tyrannical and fierce fire chi. Once this kind of fire was activated, all the flames in the surroundings would be under their control, and their battle prowess would increase by at least 10 times. The Purple Sun Sky Burning Palm was a Lesser Saint skill that was even more powerful than the Sun Saint Palm. This was Xing Bian's true battle prowess. Yang Wu finally knew how terrifying the Xing family's battle chi was, and his battle prowess didn't increase by much when he activated his blood chi power. This was all because his blood chi was too depleted, and he was hit by this palm, and he sank into the ground. Luckily, his physical body was strong enough, or this palm would have killed him. Even so, a bloody palm appeared on his chest, and his bones caved in. This was enough to show how terrifying this palm was. Xing Bian thought that Yang Wu was dead, and he didn't care about Yang Wu anymore. Instead, he flew toward Lan Yao, and the 3 jade bottles appeared in his hand again. Greed appeared on his face, and he said, "Corroding flame fire seed, here I come." Xing Bian couldn't get close to Lan Yao, and Yang Wu flew over again. This time, he held the death scythe in his hand, and he slashed at Xing Bian furiously. Demon Slayer. This wasn't the outside world, and he couldn't fully release the death aura. He could only merge the Tao of Death into his battle skill to increase its power. This was a skill that Yang Wu created himself. No matter what weapon he used, he could unleash its power. One Demon Slayer could destroy all demons. This move was created by Yang Wu based on the weaknesses of the evil demons and his own advantages. It was a move that he had created by fusing everything he had learned. Its might was boundless, enough to slaughter devils and gods. Yang Wu merged his spiritual qi into it, and he slashed at Xing Bian from a tricky angle. Xing Bian sensed the dense death aura, and he quickly retreated. At the same time, a halberd appeared in his hand, and he blocked the attack. Bang! The Demon Slayer attack was very powerful, and even a half-step dragon transformation realm cultivator would find it difficult to withstand. Only a peerless prodigy like Xing Bian could block it, but his body was forcefully pushed out of the lava river. Not only that, but he was also surrounded by the death aura, and the suffocating death aura weakened his life force. Fortunately, this energy couldn't enter his body, or the consequences would be unimaginable. "Bastard, you've stopped me from collecting my fire seed, and I swear I'll kill you." Xing Bian roared and once again rushed towards the bottom of the lava river. He must kill Yang Wu before he was satisfied. At this time, Lan Yao had completely devoured the corroding flame fire seed. Bang! Bang! Suddenly, the surroundings were covered by balls of dark blue flames, and all the lava was burned away. The terrifying power was close to the Saint Flame. When the two lesser Saint Flames merged, even if it didn't become a true Saint Flame, it would definitely become a high-level lesser Saint Flame. Anyone below the Saint Realm would be burned away by this flame. Xingbian had just charged down when he sensed a blue flame dragon roaring at him. Even he couldn't withstand that terrifying fire. Fire Seed Transformation! Xingbian exclaimed, and he quickly took out his 3 jade bottles and threw them over. Bang! The 3 jade bottles exploded, and 3 different types of power spread out in this place. One was extremely cold ice energy from the frozen Saint Spring. Even though it was only half a bottle of the spring, the cold energy was enough to freeze an area of 1 mile. Another was the suppressing flame liquid. This was a special liquid created by alchemists, and it was made from many high-level herbs. It could suppress and shrink a fire seed, making it easier for cultivators to absorb and refine. The last one was Xing Yanbi's Blood Essence True Flame. The so-called Blood Essence True Flame was a fusion of his Blood Essence True Flame and his Life True Flame. It contained his life mark. Once it was injected into the fire seed, it could easily gain the fire seed's trust and reduce the risk of absorbing and refining it. Xingbian came prepared. With these 3 items, it was indeed much easier to subdue the fire seed. The blue flaming dragon was frozen, and the firepower was quickly compressed. Soon, the appearance of a mini black tortoise, formed by the flame, appeared. It was full of vitality and astonishing spiritual energy. What a good corroding flame fire seed! Completely submit to me. Xingbian's eyes glowed. His essence blood true flame quickly flew towards Lan Yao, and he was ready to enter its core power to subdue it. Lan Yao Ji, what are you standing there for? Break these seals for me. Yang Wu's voice rang out again as he yelled. Yes, master. Bang. Chapter 651. The blue demoness was being suppressed by the 2 forces. If it was an ownerless creature, perhaps it would have obediently given in. However, it was an ownerless creature, and under Yang Wu's command, it unleashed the power it had after devouring the corroding flame fire seed. The blood essence true flame that was rushing over was directly incinerated, and the freezing holy spring and suppressing flame liquid's power began to crack inch by inch under the powerful flames. Bang bang! Terrifying flames surged. It was as if a huge black tortoise was pouncing towards Xingbian. Xingbian could withstand the flames, but he definitely couldn't withstand the blue demoness flames. He was so scared that he quickly rushed up. He didn't dare to touch the blue demoness as he was afraid he would be burned to ashes. The blue demoness didn't chase after him. Yang Wu still needed it to recover his strength. Yang Wu summoned the blue demoness. Not bad, come back. The blue demoness shrank into a mini black tortoise and disappeared into Yang Wu's heart. When the blue demoness returned, Yang Wu's heart was instantly filled with power. Powerful flames began to flow from his heart to his blood vessels. His blood vessels became stronger again. His meridians became tougher and had a new round of expansion. His body was cleansed again. His flesh, organs, and bones were all strengthened. His spotless body became even more shocking. If Yang Wu's body before was comparable to the peak of the Heaven Realm or even half a step into the Dragon Transformation Realm, then this time, his body had crossed that threshold and directly entered the Dragon Transformation Realm. It could also be called a little saint body. After reaching this step, even if Yang Wu didn't use his Xian Qi, his combat power would be extremely shocking. It would be difficult for him to find a match within the Heaven Realm. However, the part of his body that benefited the most was his heart. After the blue demoness advanced, his heart had become like a sun. Its flames were extremely shocking and his blood was extremely vigorous. The lifespan that he had lost because of his essence blood was not only recovered, but it had also increased by several times. In other words, Yang Wu's previous efforts had allowed him to earn back several times. It was very rewarding. Although Yang Wu was still in the intermediate heavenly fish realm, his combat effectiveness was incomparable to the past. Yang Wu stretched and his joints cracked continuously. How refreshing! Yang Wu couldn't help but moan. In the next moment, he still wasn't in a hurry to leave this place. He was very clear that there was an inescapable net waiting for him outside. He might as well collect more fire crystals here, and it wouldn't be too late to kill his way out. Blue Demoness, come out! Yang Wu summoned Heart Flame. Blue Demoness turned into a little black tortoise and emerged from his chest. She said in a tender voice, "Master, I'm here." After Blue Enchantress leveled up, it completely gained intelligence. It was even more intelligent than the original corrosive flame fire seed. It began to have the ability to learn. In the future, it would become a holy flame. At that time, it would only need to wait for its master's order to do anything like a living being. Collect the fire crystals for me, Yang Wu ordered. Blue Demoness wasn't a real holy flame yet, but it was born with a high-level fire seed origin. Now that it had intelligence, it was naturally more powerful than an ordinary little holy flame. Moreover, this lava river was the corrosive flame fire seed's territory. After it devoured the corrosive flame fire seed, it would have the ability of the corrosive flame fire seed. It wouldn't be difficult for it to collect the fire crystals. Blue Demoness replied obediently, "Yes, master." In the next moment, it opened its mouth and made a breathing action. Suddenly, a large number of fire crystals gathered from all directions. When Yang Wu saw this, he couldn't help but widen his eyes and exclaim softly, "Good fellow!" Yang Wu knew that Blue Demoness was very powerful after leveling up, but he didn't expect it to be so useful. He didn't need to plunder from place to place. It absorbed a large number of fire crystals, which saved him a lot of effort. Yang Wu glanced at the fire crystals. There were at least tens of thousands of them. This was a very rich fortune. Before Blue Demoness could absorb all the fire crystals, a terrifying energy suddenly blasted down from above. Rumble! This wave of power was extremely powerful, almost causing the lava river to flip over. Yang Wu was also shocked and he exclaimed, "Looks like I can't hold it in any longer. Then let's properly settle the previous debt." Yang Wu waved his hand and collected all the fire crystals. Blue Demoness also returned to his body. His body was covered in starlight. He rushed out from the bottom of the river. Bang! Yang Wu was like a dragon. He soared into the sky with a wave of fire and appeared in front of everyone and the demons. Previously, Xing Bian and the others were summoned by Yang Wu using the jade tube. His purpose was to let them fight with the demons so that he could reap the benefit. In fact, he had succeeded. However, he didn't expect Xing Bian to have a minor saint snake-shaped warship. Therefore, they didn't suffer a lot of losses. Both sides were in a stalemate. Now that the demons were summoning them, the corroding flame devil tribe didn't know what to do. Their patriarch hadn't appeared yet. They were waiting for his command before they dared to move. However, Xing Bian had just said that their patriarch was killed. Many corroding flame devils couldn't accept this reality. Yang Wu's sudden appearance shook the corroding flame devil tribe's confidence. "This person is the murderer of your patriarch. What are you waiting for?" Xing Bian couldn't help shouting when he saw the radiant Yang Wu. Many corroding flame devils looked at their little devil saint. Since their patriarch wasn't here, they were the only ones who could make the decision. "I'll go down and take a look," Serene, who had fought with Xing Bian, said and rushed down the lava river. Serene was the son of the corroding flame devil tribe's patriarch. He had the qualifications to go down the lava river and find out if his father was dead or alive. Yang Wu's gaze landed on Xing Bian. "You want to kill with a borrowed knife? It seems these demons aren't as stupid as you think." I don't know if they're stupid or not, but I swear I'm not human if I don't kill you today," Xing Bian snorted. Just as he was about to attack Yang Wu, Xing Lai said, "Seventh young master, There's no need to use a butcher's knife to kill a chicken. Let me kill this reckless dog. With that said, Xing Lai dashed towards Yang Wu. He sneered. Yang Wu, have you forgotten the pain from the heart-devouring pill? If you know what's good for you, kneel down and beg for mercy. Maybe I'll be merciful and let you live. Otherwise, your end will be very miserable. Hee hee, I'm so scared Yang Wu sneered. Xing Lai narrowed his eyes like a poisonous snake and snapped, since you're courting death, I'll fulfill your wish. In the next moment, Xing Lai turned into a vicious wolf and pounced on Yang Wu. Wolf shattering fist. A giant wolf head pounced at Yang Wu and bit him. Powerful fire energy rippled out, bringing with it a strong killing power. It was truly worthy of the combat power of a peak Heaven Realm expert. Xing Lai was someone who could contend against Yang Ba and was quite famous among the Sinner's bloodline. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been chosen by Xing Bian. I've tolerated you for a long time. Today, I'll take my revenge. Yang Wu murmured, and the spirit of the black tortoise appeared behind him. His fighting strength rapidly increased, and his figure rushed forward like a swimming dragon. His arms swung out a barbarian horse fist that was as fast as a meteor. The barbarian horse fist focused on speed. With the dense fist intent superimposed on the fist energy, it could erupt with extremely tyrannical power. When Xing Lai threw out a punch, Yang Wu threw out 100 punches in the blink of an eye. 100 barbarian horses fiercely rammed into the wolf shattering fist. 30 barbarian horses shattered the wolf shattering fist, while 70 barbarian horses continued to charge at Xing Lai. Xing Lai reacted quickly. He once again moved to block Yang Wu's barbarian fist. However, just as he blocked this wave of attacks, Yang Wu's next attack arrived. 200 barbarian horse fists. 300 barbarian horse fists. The dense barbarian horse fists filled the area. Each punch was like a barbarian horse galloping forward. The power of the attacks wasn't just for show. At this moment, Yang Wu had completely unleashed the essence of the barbarian horse fist. All of this was due to the increase in the strength of the barbarian god's arm. In the demon taming hall, in the Hung Mountain sect, and under the nourishment of Blue Enchantress, the potential of Yang Wu's body had been forced out time and time again. Now that his body had successfully reached the small saint realm, his talent and power had increased. The power of his attacks was at least several times stronger than before. This was the power of the small saint body. Bang bang. Xing Lai was in for a tragedy. Yang Wu's attacks were too fast. Even his mother wouldn't be able to recognize him. When the people from the Xing and Lu families saw this, their eyes almost popped out. In their group, aside from Yi Qiu, Xing Bian, and Lu Jiaoyan, no one else could compare to Xing Lai. His combat strength was obvious to all, but he was being suppressed by Yang Wu as soon as the battle began. This was beyond their expectations. Only Xing Bian wasn't surprised. This guy who pretended to be a pig to eat a tiger hid his strength far too well. Young master, should we make a move? Yi Qiu asked Xing Bian. Xing Bian waved his hand and said, Not yet. Xing Lai isn't that weak. Xing Lai wasn't that weak. He was extremely sullen from the beating. He let out a roar and released a terrifying fire aura from his body. The powerful fire aura sent Yang Wu flying. Strands of Xing Lai's power entered Yang Wu's body. This, Xing Lai, was the bloodline flame of the Xing family that had existed since ancient times. Xing Lai was a type of flame used by the Xing Huashan to punish evil spirits. It was a type of holy flame. However, in order to fully awaken its power, one had to have 100% pure bloodline power. Xing Lai didn't have this ability. His Xing Lai was still in the ranks of heavenly flames. Yang Wu, you've completely infuriated me. Wait for me to judge you. Xing Lai pulled out his battle blade, spread his wings, and soared into the sky. He looked down at Yang Wu and shouted, Judgment Huashang. Chapter 652. Xing Lai attacked with all his might. It was as if he had transformed into a god of fire. The battle saber in his hand slashed down. Every saber light contained blazing flames that sealed off a part of the world, wanting to cut Yang Wu into pieces. Xing Lai's combat strength was definitely comparable to a beginner dragon transformation realm warrior. With the enhancement of the Punisher Fire Aura, the saber light's lethality was shocking. Furthermore, it contained saber intent. It wasn't something an ordinary Heavenly Fish realm warrior could block. Now this is interesting. Yang Wu smiled faintly. He faced the saber light and soared into the sky. His fist barbarian changed. There were deep blue flames attached to his fist. A huge fire dragon roared and charged forward. Roar. The blue dragon was mighty and domineering. It roared and shattered the saber light. However, the saber light was too powerful. It continued to slash toward Yang Wu. A powerful devouring power was produced in his chest, devouring all the Punisher fire in the saber light. Only 10 to 20% of the saber light's power was easily shattered by Yang Wu. Xing Lai entered a frenzied combat state. He raised his saber and slashed down. Punisher fire split. This slash could split a mountain in half. It could split a river in half. Its terrifying power was even stronger than the previous attack. Yang Wu gathered the power of this slash. Majestic power gathered on his arm. He blasted out another dragon fist. First, he used the power of the dragon fist to weaken the saber. Then, he used Blue Enchantress's ability to devour the Punisher fire. The remaining power was nothing to be afraid of. However, how could Xing Lai make the same mistake? His slash was just to attract Yang Wu's attention. After Yang Wu blocked the slash, he had already circled to Yang Wu's side and slashed with his saber. Die! Xing Lai roared proudly. Xing Lai's slash had already locked onto Yang Wu. Just when he thought he had succeeded, the power of death suddenly shrouded him. His mind began to wither. He felt the fear of death. His life force was weakened by 10%. His combat strength was affected. His mind was completely flustered. Yang Wu grasped the critical moment and slashed his finger at Xing Lai's throat like a sword. Stop! Ichio was the one with the fastest reaction. She sensed Xing Lai's danger and couldn't help but shout. She stretched out her hand and grabbed at Xing Lai. It had to be said that as a high-level dragon transformation realm expert, Ichio acted very quickly. She actually managed to save Xing Lai before Yang Wu could kill him. Xing Lai's neck was slashed by the force, and a trail of blood flowed out. He was terrified, and this was the first time he felt that death was so close to him. You can't save the people I want to kill. Yang Wu shouted extremely arrogantly, and the ice blade wings slashed out. As Lan Yaoji leveled up, his body was strengthened once again. His kidneys were also replenished. Previously, he had also refined the 6-flavor earth yellow pill, so he could use the ice blade wings again. Puff. In the end, Xing Lai was unable to escape the fate of being killed by Yang Wu. Before he could recover from the taste of death, his head was separated from his body. Even Ichio couldn't understand what was going on. She had clearly saved Xing Lai's life. Bastard, how dare you kill someone in front of this old man? I'll skin you alive. Ichio was thoroughly enraged. You don't have the qualifications to skin me alive. Yang Wu replied indifferently. Although the other party was very strong, Yang Wu wasn't someone to be trifled with. His holy weapon wasn't to be trifled with either. Just as Ichio was about to attack Yang Wu, Serene suddenly charged out from the lava river. He roared crazily, "Brats, listen to my order! Kill all these people and avenge my father." Serene was already certain that his father was dead. He had completely gone berserk. Roar! Roar! The tens of thousands of corrosive flame devils in the vicinity roared crazily. Each corrosive flame devil erupted with earth-shattering power, attacking everyone present. Xing Bian shouted, "Every injustice has its perpetrator, every debt has its debtor. Your enemy should be that brat." The entire human race deserves to die, but he deserves to die even more. Bien replied as he glared at Yang Wu. 2 streaks of fiery light shot out from his eyes, shooting towards Yang Wu. Bien was a genuine minor devil saint. Yang Wu didn't dare to be careless. He quickly summoned Lei Zongjuan. A water crocodile puppet appeared, blocking Bien's attack. Lei Zongjuan's voice rang out, "Don't harm my master." The water crocodile puppet's tail twitched, knocking away Bien's attack. The water crocodile puppet was a high-level minor devil saint when it was alive. Its crocodile body's defense was incomparably shocking. Blocking 2 streaks of fiery light was nothing. Now that Lei Zongjuan's cultivation of the ghost cultivation arts had improved, his control over the water crocodile puppet had improved. At the very least, he could erupt with the strength of a mid-level minor devil saint. Kill. Bien couldn't care less. With a roar, he charged towards Yang Wu. Fiery palms turned into a sea of fire, burning towards Yang Wu. Lei Zongjuan was the first to react. There was no way he would allow Bien to harm Yang Wu. On the other side, the corrosive flame devils attacked fiercely, forcing the Xing and Lu families' experts to retreat to the warship. Although they weren't weak, there were too many corrosive flame devils. They didn't have the ability to block all their attacks. Xingbian and Ichio didn't return. Xingbian hadn't obtained Blue Demonis yet, so how could he be willing to leave? Ichio's job was to protect Xingbian. She couldn't let him take the risk. Ichio blocked the attacks for Xingbian while shouting at him, "Young master, you should leave this place first. These corrosive flame devils have gone crazy. It's not a good idea to continue fighting like this. I'll capture him alive and bring him back for you to deal with." Xingbian hesitated for a moment before saying, "All right, don't let him escape. Otherwise, you don't have to come back." Xingbian wasn't an impulsive young man. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to cultivate to his current level. He had his own wisdom. Since the fire seed was devoured by Yang Wu, as long as he could capture Yang Wu, he had 100 ways to take it from him. Xingbian glanced at Yang Wu for a second before turning around and flying back to the warship. Only by returning to the warship would he be in an invincible position. However, the corrosive flame devils that had reached the level of minor devil saint wouldn't let them off so easily. 2 minor devil saints attacked Ichio and Xingbian respectively. Xingbian wasn't weak either. Bursting out his punishing fire energy, he blocked the attack of a minor devil saint and returned to the warship. Ichio's battle strength was already very strong. Without the threat of the corrosive flame devil patriarch, he was the strongest existence. He blocked all the minor devil saints' attacks. Ichio didn't attack the corrosive flame devils. His target was Yang Wu. As long as he could capture Yang Wu, his mission would be accomplished. At this time, Xingbian had regained control of the warship. Displaying a powerful speed, he retreated. They didn't want to be entangled with the corrosive flame devils. That would only be a waste of energy. The cost of using the warship was very high. Even Xingbian couldn't bear it. As such, only Ichio and Yang Wu were left on the battlefield. The others were all non-humans. Lei Zongjuan blocked Bien's attack, but he couldn't stop the other corrosive flame devils from attacking Yang Wu. Although Yang Wu wasn't satisfied with leaving, he didn't want to stay here any longer. There were too many corrosive flame devils here. With experts like Ichio threatening him from the side, it was better to avoid them for now. "Let's retreat," Yang Wu called out to Lei Zongjuan. Yang Wu opened his profound wings and left with his fastest speed. He didn't want to be surrounded by the corrosive flame devils. There were too many corrosive flame devils. Wave after wave of attacks blocked Yang Wu's path. These attacks were enough to turn a Heaven Realm expert into dust. Even with his minor saint body, Yang Wu didn't dare to take the attacks head-on. He quietly put on a complete set of defensive armor. This was the reward he received after passing the 5th stage of the Heng Shan school. From his head to his feet, every part of his body was covered. There were no blind spots. This was a true minor saint armor. After Yang Wu put it on, he looked like a young war god. His aura was extremely threatening. Just as he was putting on the armor, Ichio had appeared not far away from him. She pointed a finger at him, and a beam of profound energy streaked across the sky. In the blink of an eye, it arrived in front of him and shot into his body. Bang. Yang Wu was hit by an attack from a high-level dragon transformation realm expert. His body was instantly pushed back 1,000 feet. If he didn't put on the armor, this finger attack would have severely injured him even if it didn't take his life. Lucky kid. Ichio couldn't help but murmur when she noticed that her finger attack didn't have the effect she expected. In the next moment, he turned into a ghost and continued to chase after Yang Wu. He must take down Yang Wu. Lei Zongjuan, block him for me. Yang Wu ordered Lei Zongjuan again. He took the opportunity to retreat at full speed and escape from the encirclement of the corrosive flame devils. Lei Zongjuan was in the body of the puppet. He could unleash the strength of the water crocodile puppet. However, his speed was still lacking. He couldn't keep up with Yang Wu at all. This puppet's body is really not easy to use. Let me try out the power of the ghost body I condense. Lei Zongjuan made up his mind and murmured to himself. He leaped out of the water crocodile puppet and revealed a translucent, gloomy body. This was the ghost body that he had recultivated. It was similar to a soul body, but it was also very different. However, the ghost cultivation art allowed him to unleash the power of the ghost body. Lei Zongjuan was a true divine when he was alive. His battle strength was rather shocking. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been suppressed by the soul-suppressing pot and not been destroyed after 1,000 years. After Lei Zongjuan left the water crocodile puppet, he continuously formed seals. A large amount of demonic energy surged toward him. The gathering of energy caused a huge commotion. The demonic aura within a 5-kilometer radius was almost completely sucked out by him. Even Ichio was shocked. Is this a demon? Ichio murmured as her gaze fell on Lei Zongjuan. Have a taste of my power, Lei Zongjuan said with a long-lost expression. The next moment, he struck out with both palms. Evil Ghost Palm. Chapter 653. Ever since Lei Zongjuan began to practice the ghost cultivation method, it meant that he had given up on the martial arts that he had practiced before. He had to practice a combat skill that was compatible with his ghost body. Lei Zongjuan was worthy of being a saint. He had lived for who knows how many years, so he had a lot of good stuff in his stomach. This evil ghost fiend palm was just right for his current physique. Moreover, his physique was similar to the evil spirit Tao, so it was not surprising that he could absorb the evil spirit Qi here. Evil Ghost Palm was a top-tier minor saint battle skill. Although it was not a true holy skill, it was more than enough for Lei Zongjuan. With his many years of battle experience, the power he unleashed was extremely strong. The area within a few miles was covered by this palm. Ichio was locked in place, so he could not continue to chase after Yang Wu. Instead, he used all of his strength to counterattack Lei Zongjuan. Endless Autumn Moon. Ichio was in the advanced dragon transformation realm, so his combat power was not to be underestimated. His hands formed the shape of the autumn moon, drawing a beautiful arc. The sharp moonlight collided with the evil ghost palm. Rumble, rumble. After the terrifying power collided, a terrifying storm was formed. Even the attacks of the corrosive flame devils were wiped out by the power of the two. Some of the weaker corrosive flame devils were turned into pools of blood by the impact of the power. Ichio was stopped by Lei Zongjuan's attack, but Lei Zongjuan did not bother with him. He controlled the water crocodile puppet to fly towards Yang Wu, bringing Yang Wu away at full speed. Where do you think you're going? Ichio promised Xing Bian that he would capture Yang Wu alive. How could he let Yang Wu escape? The two parties, one running and one chasing, left afterimages in the sky above the mountain range. Master, we can't go on like this. We'll be caught. Lei Zhongjuan said to Yang Wu. You're still not his match? Yang Wu asked. My ghost form isn't condensed enough yet. Once I achieve a true ghost form, I definitely won't be afraid of him. Lei Zhongjuan replied. Yang Wu furrowed his brows and thought for a moment before saying, Would you be able to kill him if you had a saint weapon? If I can wield a saint weapon, even if I can't kill him, I should be able to force him to retreat. Alright, I'll lend you the soul-suppressing pot. Suppress him for me. In the next moment, Yang Wu took out the soul-suppressing gourd. This was the holy gourd that suppressed Lei Zhongjuan. Lei Zhongjuan was able to escape from the soul-suppressing kettle, but it was all thanks to Yang Wu. If Yang Wu wanted to suppress him again, it wouldn't be difficult. Lei Zhongjuan held the soul-suppressing gourd and said emotionally, The holy gourd has suppressed me for thousands of years. Now it's mine. Suppress it for me. At this time, Ichio approached Yang Wu and Lei Zhongjuan. He continuously pointed out two sharp yellow finger lights, targeting the two people in front of him. Just when Ichio thought that his attack would be effective, Lei Zhongjuan turned around and used the soul-suppressing pot to block the power of the two-finger light. Ichio took the opportunity to close in and shouted, Run! Didn't you want to run? Why aren't you running now? Ichio continuously sent out powerful palm strike. It was as if the power of moonlight was falling, and the gentle light was filled with infinite killing intent. Run, let's see who'll run later. Lei Zhongjuan laughed. He held the soul-suppressing pot and attacked the palm strike. The soul-suppressing pot enlarged and appeared like a mountain, instantly shattering all of Ichio's attacks. This saint weapon in Lei Zhongjuan's hands finally displayed a trace of its power. Ichio's eyes twitched as he asked doubtfully, Saint weapon? He didn't have time to think. Regardless of whether it was a saint weapon or not, he took out his autumn water sword and displayed a stunning and dazzling sword skill. Autumn moon dazzling night. Under this sword, it was as if in the endless night, there were sword lights that pierced through the sky and fell down, destroying and shattering everything. This was Ichio's full-strength attack. He couldn't be careless and show mercy. He had to kill that thing that was neither human nor ghost before he could take down Yang Wu. This attack looks good, but it's useless, Lei Zhongjuan said with a confident and high-spirited look. He didn't use any strong moves. He waved the soul-suppressing pot and continuously smashed it. The violent attacks smashed many of the sword lights, and Ichio's attack was ineffective. Lei Zhongjuan couldn't just defend and not attack. He continuously injected power into the soul-suppressing pot. The soldier spirits of the soul-suppressing pot received Yang Wu's order and completely accepted Lei Zhongjuan's power. They erupted with wisps of saint aura. Soul-suppressing pot. The most powerful weapon of the soul-suppressing pot was to suppress all kinds of souls. Any living being would have a soul, let alone the human race. Just when Ichio wanted to organize the second round of attack, he felt the soul-suppressing pot suppressing him. The mountain-like pot's shadow emitted waves of inexplicable power as though it was pressing down on his body. His soul was filled with a strong sense of fear. He was afraid that his soul would be completely destroyed by this giant pot. This is really a saint weapon, but it's not that easy to suppress me. Ichio overcame the fear in his heart and injected all his power into the autumn moon's sword before he slashed it at the soul-suppressing pot. Rumble! The power of the soul-suppressing pot and the autumn moon's sword exploded together. It was as though there was a sudden clap of thunder in the sky, causing a huge commotion. Puff! A figure was forced to retreat 1,000 feet. It was Ichio. His aura became dispirited, and more than half of his mental strength seemed to have been taken away. His face was filled with fear, and he didn't dare to stay any longer. He turned into an afterimage and disappeared before leaving a message. I won't let you guys go the next time we meet. Ichio escaped. A dignified high-level pristine Saint Realm expert still couldn't make Yang Wu stay. After Ichio escaped, Lei Zongjuan heaved a sigh of relief. The power of his ghost body was rapidly shrinking, and it almost disappeared before his eyes. It could be seen that activating the saint weapon just now had consumed a lot of his energy. In the next moment, he quickly returned to the water crocodile puppet and took the opportunity to recuperate. He said to Yang Wu, "My lord, I can't fight anymore for the time being. I have to recover my soul force first." "Alright, you should rest first. I'll help you condense a true ghost body as soon as possible," Yang Wu said gratefully. A true ghost body was able to transform into a corporeal or incorporeal body. It wasn't afraid of the extreme yang energy, and it had the talent of a ghost. It was a true life physique. "My lord, I can sense that there are quite a lot of soul bodies in this heaven and earth. If it's possible, I would like to ask my lord to help me recover some of my strength. I want to collect more soul bodies in this place," Lei Zongjuan replied. "There are soul bodies in this heaven and earth?" Yang Wu was astonished. He looked down and saw that there was a thick layer of fog, making it difficult to see what was below. However, he could hear the hoo-hoo sounds of evil creatures. "This is the dream god's territory." Yang Wu immediately confirmed what was below. The dream god and the corroding flame devil were neighbors, and they were both in the same mountain range. They were indeed a type of evil spirit with extremely powerful soul force. They could infiltrate the dreams of living beings and control them for their own use. They could also destroy the souls of living beings, making it impossible for people to guard against them. It should be the dream god. Their soul force is suitable for me to absorb. Lei Zongjuan's eyes glowed. "Alright, then let's go down." Yang Wu replied and descended into the fog below. Yang Wu thought that after approaching the dream god's territory, he would immediately be attacked by the evil spirits, just like when he entered the territories of other evil spirits. However, the dream god's territory was strangely quiet. Yang Wu released his senses to the maximum, but he didn't discover anything. "That's strange. Where did the dream god go?" Lei Zongjuan was puzzled. Yang Wu opened his soul eye and scanned his surroundings. He quickly confirmed that the dream gods and demons within a radius of several kilometers had all disappeared. "What's going on? Did I enter a dream?" Yang Wu was puzzled. He had heard of the dream god's strange nature. Others were afraid of such evil spirits, but Yang Wu wasn't. He had the Soul Control Sutra, which could defend against soul force attack. He also had his soul eye, which could make the dream god unable to hide. He wasn't worried about falling into the dream god's trap. However, the current situation left him scratching his head in confusion. "Since I'm here, I'll just take it as it comes." After Yang Wu confirmed it again, he found a place to open up a cave. He was going to rest here for a while. He also gave Lei Zongjuan the Night Star Spring. This was spirit spring water from the Yaksha tribe. It was very beneficial to the soul. Yang Wu planned to make a cauldron of star soul pills. This was a small saint pill. If he could successfully make it, he would be able to form a war soul early. With a war soul and a little saint body, he wouldn't need to be afraid of a little saint. However, he didn't have enough materials to make the star soul pills. He still lacked one or two main ingredients. He ordered Lei Zongjuan to search this area. The dream god's territory must have the dream god's flower. This was a small saint flower that was very beneficial to the soul. If he could find it, then the star soul pills would have hope. Yang Wu adjusted his body in the cave. He continuously refined 2 6-flavor yellow pills to make up for the loss of energy in his kidneys. An hour had passed, and Yang Wu had once again returned to his peak state. The power in his dantian had also increased a lot. This was the benefit brought about by the little saint body. Moreover, he had gone through a series of fierce battles. So, it was normal for his power to become more abundant. Yang Wu saw that Lei Zongjuan hadn't returned for a long time. He walked out of the cave and slowly wandered around. Not long after, he found some clues about the dream god's demon. Their bodies were like ghosts. They liked to rest in the dark crevices of the rock walls or some withered trees. As long as they stayed in a place, they would leave behind a ghostly smell. This smell was very difficult to detect. Only Yang Wu, who had an extraordinary soul force, would be able to detect it. This is undoubtedly the dream god's demons' territory. But where did they go? Yang Wu was deeply puzzled. Suddenly, Yang Wu found some soul-type flowers and plants. For example, the Een soul grass, the soul touch vine. These were all in the growth stage. They were only spirit herbs. They weren't even king herbs. Yang Wu felt that it was a pity. However, he believed that it wouldn't be a problem to find king-level or even heavenly soul herbs. Whether or not he could find a little Saint Dream God's flower would depend on his luck. At this time, Yang Wu suddenly felt someone rushing in his direction. Yang Wu, is that you? Chapter 654. Yang Wu looked in the direction of the sound. He didn't know when Shu Yujun had appeared in front of him, and beside her was Yang Zhenlong. Yang Wu said loudly, "Why are you here?" "Daddy, we're lost," Yang Zhenlong said intimately as he rushed over. "Haha, you can also get lost in this small place." Yang Wu laughed. Shu Yujun walked over and said, "The demons are all out, and there is no safe place in the City of Redemption. It's safer to be in the demons' territory." Shu Yujun didn't have any injuries on her body. It seemed that after being separated from Yang Wu, she didn't suffer too many attacks from the demons. "What's going on?" Yang Wu asked in surprise. "I don't know what's going on exactly. After being separated from you, Yang Zhenlong and I accidentally came to the Dream God Demon's territory and saw them all heading to the City of Redemption. It's obvious that the demons have an agreement to kill all humans," Shu Yujun said. Yang Wu was shocked and said, "Then let's hurry back to the city." His grandfather was still in the city, and he didn't want anything to happen to him. "Don't worry, you can't help much even if you rush back now. Moreover, this battle won't last too long. There are little saints on the human side, so how can the demons succeed so easily? It's best to improve your strength first to be of help," Shu Yujun said very rationally. Yang Wu thought for a moment and nodded. "Well, you're right. I have to refine the Star Soul Pill before going back. With the Star Soul Pill, his soul power could be improved further, and Lei Zhongjuan could also condense a real ghost body. When he returned to the city, he would be able to exert his most powerful combat strength." Yang Wu and Shu Yujun once again returned to the immortal cave he had opened. He took out some dried meat and wine and invited her to eat together. Shu Yujun did not stand on ceremony with Yang Wu. After eating some meat, she began to drink with Yang Wu. The wine soaked her clothes, and her proud curves became even more prominent. She even threw flirtatious glances at him from time to time, causing him to feel an inexplicable dryness in his mouth. In the dense fog forest, the night was boundless. The chilly wind whistled and evil chi burst forth. Under such circumstances, the atmosphere of a single man and woman seemed to ripple with some kind of emotion. Shu Yujun and Yang Wu were sitting closer and closer to each other. She raised her glass and said, "Yang Wu, let's toast. I respect you for being a real man." Yang Wu clinked his glass with hers and said, "Here's to you being a tough woman." Just as he finished speaking, he realized that he had said the wrong thing. Shu Yujun immediately hooked her arm around his neck. Her body that smelled of alcohol pressed down on his body as she angrily said, "What am I again?" In an instant, Yang Wu's heart was like a monkey that galloped like a horse. "Miss Shu, don't be like this. Us men and women should not touch each other." Yang Wu reluctantly opened up a bit of space as he spoke. In fact, he was enjoying this kind of soft and fragrant feeling in his heart. "You said that I am a tough woman. If I don't do something like a tough woman, then it seems like I am letting myself down." Shu Yujun had the appearance of a perverted female thief, as she said with a smile. In the next moment, she kissed Yang Wu's face. Her delicate hands began to explore Yang Wu's body. Yang Wu felt his steel-like will begin to waver. His last line of defense began to waver. The mind-calming heart-cleansing mantra in his heart did not seem to be of much use. Forget it. I, Yang Wu, will bury my illustrious name here. Yang Wu felt that his armor had been removed. Wisps of fragrance entered his nostrils. That soft and fragrant body had completely melted him. Just as the last piece of Yang Wu's armor was removed, a sense of danger suddenly appeared in his heart. Shu Yujun's eyes became extremely evil. Her hand turned into a sharp blade and viciously stabbed toward Yang Wu's heart. Shu Yujun was at the advanced heavenly fish realm. She was only one step away from the top-tier heavenly fish realm. If he was hit by her without any warning, his heart would definitely shatter. Even Yang Wu did not expect this sudden attack. However, the one who cried out was not Yang Wu, but Shu Yujun. She did not manage to pierce through Yang Wu's heart. Instead, she was burned by Yang Wu's blue enchantress. Young Mistress Shu, what are you doing? Yang Wu pushed Shu Yujun away and shouted. At this moment, he completely woke up from his beautiful dream. If it was not for Blue Enchantress, he would be dead right now. I'm going to kill you, you heartless man. Shu Yujun's eyes glowed with a strange light as she shouted. A long sword appeared in her hand, and she stabbed toward Yang Wu's throat. Are you crazy? Yang Wu was also infuriated. He could not understand why Shu Yujun suddenly wanted to kill him. He shouted angrily, dodged her attack and grabbed her arm. Shu Yujun's battle prowess was not weak, so how could she be so easily caught by him? She lifted her lower body and ruthlessly kicked towards Yang Wu's lower body. This end your posterity kick was not careless at all. Yang Wu did not hold back anymore. After quickly blocking, he angrily slapped toward her chest. Shu Yujun quickly retreated. She was not hit, but she did not give up. She directly used her innate ability to kill Yang Wu. Sword Rain. Shu Yujun's body emitted tens of thousands of sword rays. The concentrated power was terrifying. Each sword ray was as thin as a needle. It was impossible to guard against. At this moment, Yang Wu no longer had the minor saint battle armor on his body. However, his defensive strength was not weak at all. A thick layer of heavenly scale armor appeared all over his body. The energy of the heavenly scale armor formed a layer of battle shell that enveloped him from head to toe. His defensive strength skyrocketed, blocking all the sword rain. Chaotic scale armor. This was the last stage of the chaotic heavenly scale armor. It also meant that Yang Wu had finally cultivated this combat skill to the perfect stage. This was a minor saint skill. Ordinary warriors would not be able to cultivate it to the perfect stage before reaching the dragon transformation realm. Even with Yang Wu's innate ability, he would need to at least reach the high-level heavenly fish realm to be able to reach this stage. However, as his physical body reached the minor saint realm, this combat skill automatically leveled up. Ding dang ding dang. The sword rain hit the defensive armor, producing a series of crisp and ear-piercing sounds. A burst of sparks appeared on Yang Wu's body. If it wasn't for this layer of defensive power, he would have been pierced into a sieve by the sword rain. You're crazy! Yang Wu roared. His battle blood boiled as he blasted out a violent barbaric tiger fist. The vigorous power shattered the sword rain and directly fell on Shu Yujun. Shu Yujun raised her sword and slashed at Yang Wu's fist energy. However, she was still sent flying. The fist energy was still aimed at her abdomen. She was sent flying dozens of feet away. She crashed into a rock and cracked it. Only then did she stop. You are so cruel. Today, I will kill you even if I have to use an imperial edict. Shu Yujun exclaimed. She really took out an imperial edict. The power of each imperial edict was different. Some could destroy the enemy, some could defend, and some could escape. Shu Yujun's imperial edict was obviously used to kill the enemy. Not good! Yang Wu exclaimed. He took out the soul-suppressing gourd and opened his soul eye. He didn't immediately launch a soul-extinguishing attack. He felt that there was a problem and he had to figure it out. When he opened his soul eye, he finally discovered Shu Yujun's situation. There was a specter-like thing behind her. It only had 2 gray eyes. Its body was very small and it was floating in mid-air. It opened a pair of skinny claws as if it was controlling Shu Yujun. Dream God Demon, kill it for me. Yang Wu understood what was going on. It was the Dream God Demon using the power of a dream to control Shu Yujun to kill him. Only by killing this Dream God Demon would Shu Yujun wake up. A beam of soul light turned into a sharp blade and flew towards the Dream God Demon. Others couldn't see the power of soul light, but the Dream God Demon was an expert in soul power. How could it not sense it? It revealed a trace of fear and flew away. It even used Shu Yujun to block in front of it. You can't escape. Yang Wu couldn't let the Dream God Demon use its power to make Shu Yujun open the Imperial Edict. He threw out the soul-suppressing gourd. This was a soul-suppressing holy weapon and was the nemesis of the Dream God Demon. The mouth of the soul-suppressing gourd was turned upside down and a powerful suction force was generated. It forcefully sucked the small Dream God Demon over. What is this plaything? How can it suck my soul power? The Dream God Demon let out a strange soul remembrance and exclaimed. The Dream God Demon's power to control Shu Yujun was cut off and Shu Yujun fell to the ground. The Dream God Demon couldn't escape and was killed by the soul-suppressing gourd. Its soul power was sucked into the soul-suppressing gourd. Yang Wu put away the soul-suppressing gourd and let out a sigh of relief. He quickly flew towards Shu Yujun. He didn't think that Shu Yujun would fall into the Dream God Demon's trap. He was too careless. Father, what are you guys doing? Yang Zhenlong flew out from another direction. The battle here was already over. Nothing much. Look around and see if there are any dream gods nearby. Kill them all, Yang Wu replied. The Dream God Demon's soul control was extraordinary, but it wasn't enough to deal with a spirit demon. The spirit demon's soul was hidden in their demon core. It wasn't easy to damage their demon soul. Yes, Father. Yang Zhenlong received the order and began patrolling the area. Yang Wu came to Shu Yujun's side and checked her condition. He also used his soul eye to see if there were any remnants of the Dream God Demon's power in her divine court. He was afraid that she would be controlled. Fortunately, the Dream God didn't seem to be very powerful and didn't plant a Dream Demon seed in her divine court. If it did, she would always be in a dream, which was what people called sleepwalking. That would be difficult to deal with. To be safe, Yang Wu fed Shu Yujun some Night Star Spring. She finally slowly woke up. Young Mistress Shu, are you all right? Yang Wu asked with concern. Shu Yujun looked at the naked Yang Wu and realized that he was hugging her. She asked, I'm not dreaming, am I? Yang Wu replied, You're not dreaming. You're fine. You're really not dreaming? Really? Touch me if you don't believe me. Then if you sleep with me like this, you have to take responsibility for me. PFFF. Chapter 655. After Yang Wu heard Shu Yujun's words, he almost spat out a mouthful of old blood. How could he sleep with her? Could it be that she hadn't woken up yet? Yang Wu really wanted to knock Shu Yujun out, but before he could do so, 2 fingers were placed on his waist, and his soft flesh was twisted into a fried dough twist. He grimaced in pain and said, Ouch, Miss Shu, what are you doing? I'm really not dreaming, Shu Yujun said with a hint of shyness on her face. Of course it's not a dream, and I didn't do anything to you. Yang Wu emphasized. Then why aren't you wearing clothes? Shu Yujun said with her face turned away, but in her heart she thought, his muscles are so easy to pinch. Yang Wu was defeated. He wanted to say loudly, Weren't you the one who took off my clothes? Unfortunately, she had really entered a dream just now, and couldn't tell whether everything that had just happened was real or not. Yang Wu calmed down and explained what had just happened. When Shu Yujun heard that she had been controlled by the dream god, her expression became very unnatural. The dream god could control living beings because it had the ability to sneak into dreams and find out what any living being wanted the most. Thus, it could control the living being and achieve its goal. These dream god really deserve to die. Shu Yujun gritted her teeth, but in her heart she thought, if it weren't for the dream god, maybe I wouldn't have dared to be so frivolous with him. It can be considered a good thing. At this moment, the relationship between the two of them had indeed gone further. You have to be alert in case the dream god attacks again. Yang Wu reminded her. They've all left here. The ones left behind should be some weak dream god. As long as we pay attention, we'll be fine. Shu Yujun said. Then you said before that they all went to the city of redemption. Is that true? Yang Wu asked. Did I really say that? Shu Yujun asked back. After a pause, she said with certainty, they've all gone to the city of redemption. It seems that we can't stay here for long. Yang Wu said with a dignified expression. All of a sudden, a series of terrifying explosions came from the distant sky. Yang Wu and Shu Yujun both rushed to the sky and looked in the direction of the battle. It was where the city of redemption was located. They couldn't see it, but the commotion there was too big. They could feel it from far away, which showed how intense the battle. Only a battle of the small saint could cause such a commotion. They're really fighting, Yang Wu muttered. Are we going back now? Shu Yujun asked. At this moment, of course, Lei Zongjuan. My lord, the dream god and demon have all left to attack the human territory. Lei Zongjuan hurriedly came back and reported. I got it. Did you get anything? Yang Wu asked Lei Zongjuan. The harvest is not small. Now, the dream god and demon have all moved out, leaving only a few ordinary fish to guard the camp. Their nest has been raided by me, Lei Zongjuan said proudly. Then, he handed an interspatial ring to Yang Wu. Yang Wu took the interspatial ring and looked inside. His face was full of surprise and said, Your ghost body has been formed. There were a lot of soul herbs in the interspatial ring, including more than a dozen dream god flowers, which was a little saint flower. There was also the soul touch royal vine, which was a real heavenly medicine. These were all ingredients to refine the star soul pill. In addition, there were some other gains, including soul essence stones that could nourish and strengthen the soul. The pure soul power of the dream god and demon was sealed in the interspatial ring, which could be directly absorbed. There was also ghost wood that could be used to refine weapons that could attack the soul. Lei Zongjuan said that he had raided the nest of the dream god and demon. Otherwise, he wouldn't have gotten so many good things. Yang Wu was really happy. Yang Wu did what he said. They quickly left and went to the border between the corroding flame demons and the dream god and demon. This was the border between the two sides. It was a blind spot in the mountain range. The demons from both sides wouldn't easily approach this place to avoid unnecessary conflict. Yang Wu ordered Lei Zongjuan, Shu Yujun, and Yang Zhenlong to protect him while he entered the state of refining the pill. The Star Soul Pill was a little saint medicine. Yang Wu was only at the mid-level heavenly fish realm. It wasn't easy to refine it, especially to refine a little saint demon core, which required a lot of energy. Luckily, the blue demon concubine had successfully advanced. It was already a top-notch little saint fire. With its firepower, it could share some of the pressure on Yang Wu. It shouldn't be too difficult to refine the Star Soul Pill. After Yang Wu adjusted his state to the best, he took out the bronze cauldron. A lot of herbs fell into the cauldron one after another. The blue demon concubine turned into black tortoise and spat fire at the cauldron. Its firepower was connected to Yang Wu's mind. Could be big or small. Refining a little saint pill required a lot of herbs. The refining time was at least a few times longer than refining a heavenly medicine. Just refining the herbs took Yang Wu an hour. This speed was comparable to a saint alchemist. If it was other alchemists, they wouldn't be able to do it without 6 to 6 hours. After refining the herbs, it was time to refine the little saint demon core. Yang Wu only had one little saint demon core. It was obtained from killing the corroding flame demon patriarch. It was a high-level little devil saint demon core. Its energy was extraordinary. It's enough to refine the star soul pill, Yang Wu murmured and threw the demon core into the cauldron. The demon core had the aura of an evil demon. The corroding flame demon patriarch's demon soul appeared. It bared its fangs and claws at Yang Wu. It looked like it wanted to kill Yang Wu. The demon soul's power was extraordinary. However, it was just a scare to Yang Wu. It couldn't affect his state of mind. He flicked his finger and a flame shot out, burning the demon soul to ashes. Yang Wu calmly refined the demon core. It took a long time. He had to refine and melt it bit by bit. It took him a full 2 hours. His celestial qi was almost exhausted. Fortunately, Lan Yaoji tried her best to reduce his consumption. That was why he could last until now. After refining the demon core, his face was covered in sweat. His eyes were bloodshot. It looked like he was having a hard time. Indeed, refining a cauldron of little saint pill was more difficult than refining 10 cauldrons of heavenly pills. Whether it was mental energy or celestial qi, it required a lot of effort. If he couldn't withstand it, he would fail. Fortunately, when he was discussing alchemy with Gu Qing in the Heng Mountain sect, he was lucky enough to condense a trace of pill Dao. It allowed him to understand the true meaning of alchemy. He had more experience in alchemy and could achieve twice the result with half the effort. If his physical body hadn't reached the minor saint realm, he probably wouldn't have been able to refine the little saint pill. Alchemy and pill Dao only had a difference of 1 word. However, the distance between them was hundreds of thousands of miles. Yang Wu comprehended a trace of pill Dao. He was destined to slowly grow stronger and form his own unique pill Dao. This cauldron of little saint pill was the first high-grade pill to achieve his pill Dao. The star soul pill needed starlight and moonlight as the foundation. Only by pouring one's mental energy into it could it be truly upgraded. When Yang Wu condensed the star soul pill into a pill, the sky suddenly changed. 9 terrifying pill tribulation lightning punishment descended in an instant. This was the lightning punishment of the little saint pill. It was absolutely not ordinary. How could a heaven realm martial artist withstand it? It's been a long time since I've tempered my body with lightning energy. It's a good time to let it strengthen my minor saint body. Yang Wu raised his head and muttered. He then attacked the lightning bolt. The lightning punishment was merciless. Each lightning bolt was like a dragon. The power it contained was enough to kill any heaven realm martial artist who would dare to easily block it. Yang Wu didn't resist the power of the 9 lightning bolt. Instead, he opened his hands to receive them. He was circulating the 9 lightning body tempering technique in his body. His bones emitted rays of brilliance. His spine had already turned into a heavenly thunder bone. It desired more heavenly thunder energy to temper it. Rumble! Yang Wu was bombarded by the heavenly thunder energy. His body was attacked by terrifying electricity. His skin and flesh were charred black. However, he didn't show much pain on his face. It was still within the range that he could withstand. Many heavenly thunder energy were absorbed into his body and directly fell into his bones to temper his heavenly thunder bone. The heavenly thunder contained thunder fire. These thunder fire were devoured by Lan Xiaoji, which lessened the pain he suffered. Before he condensed the heavenly thunder bone, each lightning bolt was enough to make him want to die. Now that one of his spine had turned into a heavenly thunder bone, it proved that his 9 lightning body tempering technique had some success. When his whole body was filled with heavenly thunder bone, it would be the time for him to reach the major success stage. He withstood the 9 heavenly thunder. The bones beside his spine began to turn purple. There were faint signs of it turning into a heavenly thunder bone. However, it wasn't tempered enough yet. In an instant, another wave of heavenly thunder fell. This time, there were a total of 15 heavenly thunder. They were like dragons coming out of their caves. The power of each heavenly thunder was crazily terrifying. The power of each heavenly thunder far exceeded the power of the previous 9 heavenly thunder. Moreover, they contained a different bright red color. This was the mutated red thunder. The level of the red thunder was much higher than the ordinary heavenly thunder. It was enough to threaten the life forms of minor saints. If they were careless, they would be killed. This was also the reason why many talented alchemists didn't dare to concoct higher-level pills when their realm was insufficient or they weren't prepared enough. They were afraid of being punished by the heavens. And now, Yang Wu was being punished by the heavens. Yang Wu couldn't casually receive the heavenly thunder like before. Instead, he gathered his energy and blasted it towards the heavenly thunder. He had to block the impact of the heavenly thunder first before he could absorb the remaining energy to refine his bones. Yang Wu threw out a series of punches. His skin and flesh were torn apart by the red thunder. Even his bones were exposed. His body was heavily smashed down. He looked very miserable. Come on. Even the heavenly thunder can't stop me from going against the heavens. Yang Wu roared with a strong will. The battle blood in his body surged. The spirit of the black tortoise appeared and unleashed its strongest power to block the red thunder. The 18 red thunder arrived one after another. A deep pit appeared on the ground. A figure was lying in the pit. He's not dead, is he? Shu Yujun said in fear. Chapter 656. Of course, Yang Wu didn't die. After he was bombarded by the scarlet lightning, his body suffered a lot of injuries, but it wasn't to the point where he lost his life. Fortunately, he refined the second tribulation star soul pill. If he refined the third tribulation star soul pill, he might not be able to withstand it. After he withstood the second tribulation, the powerful scarlet lightning helped him to refine a few heavenly thunder ribs. The other bones also became tougher. Once all the bones in his body turned into heavenly thunder bones, it would be the time for him to transcend mortality and become a saint. Other than the benefits to his bones, after his skin and flesh recovered, it became even tougher. His minor saint body was completely consolidated. Heavenly soldiers couldn't hurt him anymore. Only those in the minor saint realm could make him face them head-on. Of course, except for those peerless monsters. The peerless monsters of the major forces were all nurtured with large amounts of resources since young. Their battle physiques were outstanding and might not be inferior to Yang Wu. Yang Wu used the immortal qi to heal the injuries on his body. He opened the lid of the cauldron and saw 6 star soul pills in front of him. Not only did the pills have 2 obvious pill veins, there were also specks of light like stars. The rich medicinal fragrance spread for several miles. Fortunately, there weren't any evil spirits in the vicinity. Otherwise, they would definitely rush over crazily. Lei Zongjuan couldn't wait to get closer to take a look. His eyes were filled with desire. As long as he swallowed one of the pills, he would be able to condense a true ghost body. He would be able to walk in the mortal world again. He wouldn't need to rely on a puppet body anymore. Shu Yujun walked over and looked at the Star Soul pills. She exclaimed, "Is this the Star Soul pill?" Yang Wu took out the Star Soul pills and threw one each to Lei Zongjuan and Shu Yujun. He said, "Everyone has a share." After Lei Zongjuan received the Star Soul pills, he bowed deeply to Yang Wu and said, "Many thanks, my lord." What kind of person was Lei Zongjuan in the past? Even if he treated Yang Wu as his master, he was still unwilling in his heart. But now, Yang Wu was already able to refine the minor saint pill. In the future, it would be easy for him to become a saint alchemist. He had seen countless heaven's prides in the past, but there were only a few who could be compared with Yang Wu. Yang Wu's ability had already begun to subdue him. Shu Yujun held the Star Soul pills. She was stunned. The value of a minor saint pill was extraordinary even in her sect. Even if she was the daughter of the sect lord, she would have to fulfill some conditions if she wanted to obtain it. However, Yang Wu had given it to her so casually. This made her feel like she was dreaming. When she came back to her senses, she hugged Yang Wu and kissed him on the cheek. "Hey, don't take advantage of me," Yang Wu said reluctantly. Thinking about how he was almost killed by Shu Yujun before, he had a deep understanding of the word lust in his heart. He couldn't be muddled again. "Hey, I love you," Shu Yujun said as she happily accepted the Star Soul pills. Yang Wu said seriously, "The Star Soul pills can strengthen the soul. Let's go into seclusion together and try to digest it as soon as possible. We have to return to the city of redemption. I'll guard you. You can absorb and refine it," Shu Yujun replied. Yang Wu shook his head lightly and said, "You also have to go into seclusion. You can already break through to the top level of the heavenly fish realm. Suppressing it won't do you any good." "I know, but there's too much evil chi here. If I break through here, I'm afraid I'll absorb the power here and affect my foundation," Shu Yujun replied. "Don't worry. When this matter is over, I'll refine the spirit-cleansing evil-suppressing pill. It can solve your worries," Yang Wu replied. Then he handed over a spirit-cleansing pill to Shu Yujun to ensure that she could break through smoothly. Shu Yujun's beautiful eyes were deeply moved. She was about to rush up and kiss Yang Wu again when Yang Wu held her shoulder in advance and said, "Miss Shu, don't take advantage of me again." "Coward," Shu Yujun said as she rolled her eyes at Yang Wu with endless flirtatiousness. Then, she found a quiet place to open up an immortal's cave and prepared to break through. "My lord, let me guard you." Lei Zhongjuan was not in a hurry to achieve a ghost body. With the Star Soul pills, he could achieve a ghost body at any time. "No need. You also go into seclusion and strive to achieve a ghost body as soon as possible," Yang Wu said in a deep voice. "Yes, my lord." Lei Zhongjuan could no longer hold back. After hearing Yang Wu's orders, he no longer acted pretentious and chose to go into seclusion. Yang Wu called Yang Zhenlong over and gave him a pile of flood dragon flesh to swallow. He also gave the sacred dragon scale wood he obtained from the demon taming hall to Yang Zhenlong. The sacred dragon scale wood had the aura of a true dragon. To Yang Zhenlong, it could be considered a sacred object. As long as he carried it, it could also increase his dragon chi. Yang Wu temporarily had no way to break through to the dragon transformation realm. He might as well let Yang Zhenlong keep it. On one hand, it could help Yang Zhenlong improve. On the other hand, it could also nourish the sacred dragon scale wood. The sacred dragon scale wood was a sacred tree that grew because of the dragon chi of a true dragon. "You stay outside and guard us," Yang Wu ordered. "Yes, father," Yang Zhenlong replied happily. After that, Yang Wu took out the soul-suppressing gourd and used it to isolate all the aura here. With the suppression of a sacred artifact, unless a saint came here, it would be difficult for others to discover their existence. Yang Wu found a place and entered a state of seclusion as well. This time, he must achieve a war soul. After he adjusted his aura, he swallowed the Star Soul pill into his stomach. The medicinal power of the little sacred pill quickly dissolved. This medicinal power was mainly targeted at the soul of the divine court. After circulating the Supreme Nine Mysteries mantra, the medicinal power of the Star Soul pill quickly gathered towards the divine court. The divine court Tao flower emitted a faint light. It sensed the nourishment of pure soul power and quickly absorbed it greedily. The soul sitting cross-legged in the Tao flower was circulating the Soul Control Sutra. The power of many Star Soul pills surged, and the soul became more sparkling and translucent. It had an indescribable vitality. The War Soul was an extremely important stage of the Soul Control Sutra. Once the War Soul was formed, it would have a qualitative leap. To reach this stage, it required a lot of soul power. When Yang Wu broke through to the intermediate heavenly fish realm, he was unable to transform his soul into a war soul. If he cultivated step by step, He would have to at least reach the peak heavenly fish realm before he could have a chance to reach the War Soul stage. Now, with the large amount of soul power provided by the Star Soul Pill, he could finally achieve the War Soul stage in advance. The 8th petal of the Divine Court Tao flower quickly grew larger. Soon, it was the same size as the other petals, and his soul became more lively. His soul power was very powerful. Suddenly, the soul opened its eyes. 2 sharp rays of light were extremely dazzling, and a spiritual aura was emitted. In the next moment, the soul stood up and began to stretch its muscles and bones. It looked exactly the same as the real body. Soon, the soul began to perform a set of basic soldier boxing. His movements were not jerky at all. It was as if he knew it innately. He continued to perform other battle skills. Every movement was quite natural and smooth. This was the War Soul. The so-called War Soul was able to use the soul to fight. This kind of soul power was only useful for the soul. There was no way it could be compared to a real soul. After reaching this stage, it proved that Yang Wu's soul power was strong enough. Not only could he use his soul to fight, but he could also defend against soul power attack. The ability of the War Soul was not to be underestimated. There were many races in this world that could control souls and use them to fight. With the War Soul, Yang Wu could deal with these enemies. In addition, the strengthening of the soul would be more beneficial to the enhancement of one's perception, not to mention the benefits on the path of cultivation. In short, even some people in the dragon transformation realm might not be able to form the War Soul. At least, they had to reach the advanced dragon transformation realm to have the chance to condense the War Soul. Yang Wu was only at the intermediate heavenly fish realm, but he could reach the advanced dragon transformation realm. This was something that no one else could compare to. Yang Wu's soul was not willing to only move in the Divine Court Tao flower. He wanted to rush out of the Divine Court and show his skills outside. When he thought about it, he moved. Therefore, he emerged from the Divine Court in the next moment. He was like Yang Wu's clone outside, but his appearance was between tangible and intangible. It was very similar to Lei Zhongjuan's half-ghost physique. After all, the soul was a soul. No matter how solid it was still an intangible body. He looked solid in the Divine Court, but when he went to the outside world, it was very obvious that he was different from his physical body. Let's give it a try. Yang Wu looked at his soul and smiled with satisfaction. Now, his ability was called astral projection. It was an ability that could only be achieved by reaching the top dragon transformation realm. He could do it easily. This was the strength of the Soul Control Sutra. Yang Wu's soul waved his soul body again and used all kinds of different battle skills. There was no problem at all. After that, he asked his soul to ascend. His soul did as he was told. It flew into the air and could clearly sense everything around it. Even a tiny ant crawling could not escape the senses of his soul. Soon, Yang Wu withdrew his soul and smiled with satisfaction. The War Soul is finally formed. It will be even more perfect if I refine a soul weapon. Yang Wu's gaze fell on the pile of materials that Lei Zhongjuan had brought back. There were a few materials for refining soul weapons, such as soul essence stone and ghost wood. These materials were not easy to find. Only a race like the Dream God and Demon who were good at soul power could have them. Yang Wu came out of seclusion. This time, he only went into seclusion for one night, which was not long. He was still worried about his grandfather in the City of Redemption. After Yang Wu came out of seclusion, he found that Lei Zhongjuan and Shu Yujun had not come out yet. One of them had to cultivate a real ghost body, and the other had to break through to the top heavenly fish realm. It was not easy to break through in a short time, so it was normal for them to be slower than him. Zhenlong, you stay and wait for them to come out of seclusion. I will return to the City of Redemption first. Yang Wu instructed Yang Zhenlong. Yes, father. Yang Zhenlong responded obediently. Well, I will stay with the soul calming pot to make sure nothing goes wrong. Yang Wu responded softly. After patting Yang Zhenlong's head, he bounced up and quickly returned to the City of Redemption. At this time, the City of Redemption was facing a huge crisis. Chapter 657. City of Redemption. There were 8 regions here, but in fact, only 6 regions had humans. They were the Yang family, Xing family, Lu family, Qin family, Li family, and Sun family. The Xianyuan family and Ho family had not sent anyone here for a long time. Among the 6 families, the Yang family had the least number of people and was also the weakest. The strongest were the Xing family and the Li family. They were ranked 3rd and 4th among the ancient families of the war race. Now that all the evil spirits had come out in full force, the sinner's bloodline of each family rose to resist. No one could remain unscathed. Each family added up to less than 500,000 people, but the number of evil spirits was 10 times that of each family. After all of them came out, each family fell into panic. In the past, the evil spirits did not dare to launch a large-scale battle because a saint had interfered and wiped out their most powerful little devil saint. But this time, the evil spirits seemed to have gone crazy. All of them came out in full force, as if they were going to fight to the death with the humans. Formations were activated all over the City of Redemption to protect the elderly and children who had no fighting power. As long as the others were in the warrior realm, they joined the battle. They knew very well that the formations could only block for a moment and could not protect them forever. They had to take the initiative to attack and kill these evil spirits to stop the war. The Yang family's territory was attacked by the blood-devouring evil spirit. These guys were the most difficult to deal with, and it was even more difficult to kill them. Many Yang family members who fought were sucked dry by the blood-devouring evil spirit. Their shriveled corpses fell to the ground. The scene was very tragic. Damn blood-devouring evil spirits, you killed my brother. I will not live under the same sky as you. My hand, I'll take you down with me. You evil spirits devour my blood, and I will devour your blood. Let's see who is more ruthless. The evil spirits are crazy. They want to clean up our human race. Let's kill to our heart's content. Killing 1 is enough, killing 2 is not a loss. There are still children waiting for me at home. I can't die here. Yang family's sons, let's wash away the sinner's blood together. The Yang family's sinner's blood went all out. They paid a high price, and many blood-devouring evil spirits were killed by them. Blood-devouring evil spirits also had weaknesses. Everyone here knew that, otherwise they would have been wiped out long ago. The people who came with Yang Wu all joined the battle, and no one could stay out of it. At this moment, Yang Hongchang's heart was filled with hatred for the people in the clan. While killing the blood-devouring evil devil, he cursed in his mind, "If something happens to Yang Wu, I don't want to stay in this clan anymore." He was the one who brought Yang Wu back. He was optimistic that Yang Wu would be able to bring a new atmosphere to the Yang clan. He might even be able to revitalize the Yang clan. However, Yang Wu was sent here. Now the evil devils were attacking like crazy. Even the little devil saint was mobilized. It was simply like the end of the world. After this battle, he was afraid that not many people would be able to survive. He began to hate his family for making such a decision. Thinking up to here, Yang Hongchang's killing spree became even more vigorous. The devil cores of the 3 blood-devouring evil devils were pierced by him, and several balls of evil blood splattered everywhere. Blood-devouring evil devils were stronger, but they also had weaknesses. Their weakness was their devil cores. This was a well-known fact. Yang Hongchang was bathed in blood. He killed until his eyes turned red. There were a few times where his bloodline power was almost devoured by the blood-devouring evil devils. Fortunately, he had made ample preparations, so he was able to survive. Bai Luoyun was one of Yang Wu's followers. He came from the White Water clan. After receiving the heavenly water pellet from Yang Wu, he had broken through to the mid-heaven realm. With the minor saint weapon, rhinoceros horn, he could display a very powerful fighting strength. In terms of defense, he also had his own unique skill. There was a group of water power light enveloping him, preventing him from being injured by the blood-devouring evil devils. You evil devils are so cruel. Wait until this prince exterminates all of you. Bai Luoyun worshipped Yang Wu incomparably in his heart. It was because of Yang Wu's extraordinary charm. No matter what difficulties he encountered, he would face them head-on. He would not be afraid because of the opponent's strength. He also wanted to become a person like Yang Wu. He did his best to display what he had learned and kill as many blood-devouring evil devils as possible. He did his best to improve his fighting strength. He treated this battle as a life and death training. One had to admit that after Bai Luoyun went all out, his fighting essence had increased a lot. He had a deeper understanding of several water clans' divine abilities, and his fighting strength had increased. However, there were too many blood-devouring evil devils. He felt that he could not kill them all, which made him feel despair. The 5 heroes of the roaming sword were also desperately killing the enemies. They were all heaven's prides of the major forces, so their fighting strength was naturally good. They did not collide with the heavenly realm evil devils, but only with the king realm evil devils. That way they would have an advantage. Among the 5 heroes of the roaming sword, Tang Wen was the first to break through to the heavenly fish realm. The others were still in the earth sea realm, but this did not prevent them from working together. They had been practicing the 5 elements sword formation together, which corresponded to the 5 different xian qi of metal, wood, water, fire, and earth. If they could cultivate it successfully, the power would be very abnormal, enough to kill opponents 2 levels higher than them. Everyone in the 5 elements sword formation had to use a sword, and at least one of them had to reach the heavenly fish realm before they could form the formation. In the past, when they practiced together, they could not exert the power of the 5 elements sword formation at all. At most, they could familiarize themselves with the positions and moves. Now that Tang Wen had reached the heavenly fish realm, he took the lead to form a sword formation that could kill mid-level heavenly fish realm cultivators. This kind of sword formation was most suitable for group battles, and its killing power was the strongest. They were all standing in different positions, constantly slashing out different sword moves. Sometimes they would switch positions, sometimes they would gather together, and sometimes they would scatter. Their sword moves were freely released, and the multicolored profound energy formed a chaotic light, killing the nearby bloodthirsty demons to the point where they couldn't even get an inch closer. However, their good times did not last long. Some blood-devouring evil devils in the heavenly realm had their eyes on them. The fighting strength of the blood-devouring evil devils in the heavenly realm was completely different. They even had to use their trump cards. However, their situation was not as dangerous as Yang Jingtao's. Yang Jingtao wanted to share the pressure for Yang Wu. He did not want to only let Yang Wu fight for points. He also wanted to play a role. He was not over 100 years old, and was still very young in the transcendent realm. There was still room for improvement in the future. He risked his life to get more points. Even if he died, as long as Yang Wu could return to the Yang family, it would be enough. After so many years of persistence, in addition to his dedication to the ancestral teachings, he also wanted to give his descendants a bright future. The mortal realm was, after all, a mortal realm. How could it compare to the transcendent realm? I want points. Yang Jingtao looked at the countless blood-devouring evil devils in front of him without the slightest fear. Instead, he treated them as points, targets to be killed. Yang Jingtao had cultivated the dragon rebel spear art for many years and had long since comprehended it to greater mastery. Recently, he had also received the heavenly blood pill from Yang Wu, which helped his bloodline power awaken even further. He had already reached the shadow of the black tortoise stage. This stage was comparable to Yang Ba's awakened bloodline. Therefore, Yang Jingtao's explosive fighting strength could kill a high-level Heaven Realm expert, and he could also fight against a peak Heaven Realm expert. Yang Jingtao only focused on cultivating his ancestral spear art. Dazzling blue light shot out. Sometimes it was like a snake, sometimes it was like a flood dragon. Wave after wave of different attacks attacked the blood-devouring evil devils on his left and right. Many of the blood-devouring evil devils were killed by his spear. Demonic blood splattered everywhere. Unfortunately, there were too many attacking blood-devouring evil devils. It was impossible to kill them all. If this continued, no matter who it was, they would be exhausted to death. Human with decent fighting strength, your bloodline power is mine. A peak blood-devouring evil devil attacked Yang Jingtao. It had been observing Yang Jingtao for some time and found that his bloodline power was very vigorous. It was perfect for it to seize. Demonic blood palm. 2 bloody palms containing dense evil energy slammed towards Yang Jingtao. This shocking power was much stronger than the other blood-devouring evil devils. Yang Jingtao sensed the opponent's strength and didn't dare to hold back. The shadow of the black tortoise appeared behind him. The energy in his dantian was frantically drawn out. The shadow of an azure dragon appeared on his spear and pierced towards the demonic blood palms. Rumble! Rumble! The 2 forces exploded. Xian Qi and evil energy continuously splashed out. The blood-devouring evil devils on the left and right were affected. When the 2 forces dissipated, Yang Jingtao was forced back dozens of meters. The web between his thumb and forefinger was ruptured and blood seeped out. A peak blood-devouring evil devil still gave him a lot of pressure. Let's see how many times you can block. The blood-devouring evil devil sneered. It turned into a bloody shadow and rushed towards Yang Jingtao again. Demonic shadow kill. The blood-devouring evil devil's speed had increased by a lot, making it difficult for people to catch sight of its figure. When it appeared again, it was already behind Yang Jingtao, and its 2 palms ruthlessly slammed into Yang Jingtao's back. Puff! Yang Jingtao didn't have the ability to resist at all. He was sent flying while vomiting blood. The blood-devouring evil devil chased after Yang Jingtao again. It wanted to devour Yang Jingtao's bloodline power. Strands of evil energy bound Yang Jingtao, wanting to deprive him of his bloodline power. I've been waiting for you for a long time, Yang Jingtao said fiercely. Suddenly, a completely different kind of power was released from his palm. It was as if a wave had suddenly appeared and exploded. That terrifying destructive power was like a natural disaster. Those who were caught in it would definitely die. Palm innate skill, wave destruction. This was Yang Jingtao's hidden innate skill. He had killed his way from the mortal world to the transcendent world. By relying on this innate skill, he had killed many enemies. The blood-devouring evil devil didn't expect Yang Jingtao to burst out with such a terrifying move. It was hit by the shockwave on the spot and its body was blasted into pieces. After using this move, Yang Jingtao's strength was almost exhausted. His battle strength had greatly decreased. It would be very difficult for him to continue fighting. Your strength is not bad, but it's still a bit lacking if you want to kill me. Die. The voice of the blood-devouring evil devil resounded once again. Unknowingly, its body had already stuck to Yang Jingtao's back and sneered. Yang Jingtao felt a chill all over his body. He exclaimed in his heart, "It's over." Just when the blood-devouring evil devil was about to devour Yang Jingtao's power, a voice suddenly resounded in the sky. "You want to kill my grandfather? Have you asked this heavenly king?" Chapter 658. The sudden voice resounded in this world. However, not many people noticed the person who had arrived. This place had become a place of purgatory. Sounds of killing and battle were everywhere. So, who would pay attention to 1 or 2 shouts of surprise? Yang Jingtao was extremely sensitive to this voice. It was the voice of his grandson, Yang Wu. Yang Wu had rushed back at this time. Yang Wu looked at the rapidly approaching Yang Jingtao and exclaimed, "Wooer, don't worry about Grandpa. Find a way to leave the City of Redemption as soon as possible. We can't stay here any longer. Now, he regretted his insistence on returning to the Yang family. If it weren't for his persistence, Yang Wu wouldn't have been sent here to suffer together with him. If anything happened to Yang Wu here, he wouldn't be able to rest in peace even if he died. Heh, it's too late to realize it now. Hand over your bloodline. The blood-devouring demon fiend sneered and began to devour Yang Jingtao's bloodline power at full speed. He didn't want any accidents to happen. How could Yang Wu escape? He had rushed back in time with great difficulty. Naturally, he couldn't watch his grandfather die. Fiend, stay away from my grandfather! Yang Wu roared, and a blue flame burst out from his finger, and fell on the body of the blood-devouring evil devil in a flash. Before the blood-devouring demon fiend could extract 1/10 of Yang Jingtao's bloodline power, it felt the extreme Yang firepower. It was so frightened that its body quickly shrank. At the same time, it spat out evil qi from its mouth to block the firepower. Bang. The blood-devouring demon fiend was very powerful. It had indeed blocked the power of Yang Wu's finger, but the splashing firepower seemed to have a mind of its own. It splashed towards the blood-devouring demon fiend and Yang Jingtao. No matter how strong the remaining firepower was, it could still pose a threat to the blood-devouring demon fiend. It was so frightened that it had no choice but to escape from Yang Jingtao. While it was escaping, it still sucked some of Yang Jingtao's blood. This was the strange part about the blood-devouring demon fiend. Yang Wu rushed down at full speed. At the same time, he summoned a batch of puppets to protect his grandfather. This batch of puppets was brought out from the demon taming hall. They had been re-injected with energy. Yang Wu was the demon taming hall master, so it wasn't difficult for him to control them. However, these puppets were only at the heaven realm. They weren't like the water crocodile puppets. In a situation where so many evil spirits were on the move, these puppets were indeed of limited use. Fortunately, they were inanimate objects and didn't have any bloodline power to be devoured by the evil spirits, so they could last for a long time. During this period of time, Yang Wu could do a lot of things. Of the blood-devouring demon fiend, Yang Jingtao's Lane. Grandfather, don't think about this. Quickly take a healing pill and Xian Qi pill to recover. These blood-devouring demon fiends may seem like a lot, but in my eyes, they are nothing more than chickens and pottery dogs. Yang Wu said with a natural expression. Before Yang Jingtao could reply, the blood-devouring demon fiend launched a sneak attack on Yang Wu. Blood-devouring demon palm. The blood-devouring demon fiend sensed danger from Yang Wu. It must kill him as soon as possible. Wu-er, be careful behind you, Yang Jingtao exclaimed. Before Yang Wu could make a move, a puppet appeared in front of Yang Wu and blocked the blood-devouring demon fiend's palm. The puppet was sent flying, but it still had enough energy to attack Yang Wu. It's time to settle the score. After being blocked by the puppet, Yang Wu murmured. He didn't see any power surging in his fist, but it still smashed the blood-devouring demon fiend's power. His fist was like a dragon rushing towards the blood-devouring demon fiend at an astonishing speed. Even the blood-devouring demon fiend found it hard to imagine that Yang Wu could react so quickly and give such a fierce response. The blood-devouring demon fiend couldn't dodge. It formed a blood-devouring demon fiend cover in front of its body. It intended to use its pure defensive power to block Yang Wu's fist. Bang! Yang Wu's fist hit the blood-devouring demon fiend cover. That incomparably thick blood-devouring demon fiend cover instantly burst open, but the fist still rushed forward. What? The blood-devouring demon fiend was scared out of its wits. It quickly retreated, but unfortunately it was too late. Yang Wu's fist landed on its monster core, shattering it and killing it on the spot. This was a top heaven-grade blood-devouring demon fiend, but it was killed by Yang Wu in one move. It could be seen that Yang Wu's fighting strength had increased a lot. Yang Jingtao saw that his grandson was so powerful and couldn't help but praise. Wu is going to reproduce the might of our old ancestor. Yang Jingtao had learned from his grandfather's notes that their old ancestor's fighting strength was amazing. He was a saint and had an extraordinary status in the Yang family. Unfortunately, an accident happened, which led to their old ancestor being banished. Now, with the talent and fighting strength displayed by Yang Wu, it was indeed possible to reproduce the glory of their old ancestor. After Yang Wu killed the blood-devouring demon fiend, more than a dozen blood-devouring demon fiends gathered together and burst out with an even more powerful fighting strength, bombarding him. These blood-devouring demon fiends didn't want to die. They obeyed the orders of their patriarch and attacked the human race with all their strength, even if they had to die. Volcanic finger. Yang Wu pointed his finger at the merged blood-devouring demon fiends. The power contained in this finger was like a volcanic eruption, directly exploding the attacks of the blood-devouring demon fiends. The intense firepower also fell on them, scaring them and causing them to scatter. The blood-devouring demon fiends that were touched by the firepower couldn't escape the fate of being burned to death. It's time for the blood-devouring demon fiends to disappear. Yang Wu summoned Blue Demoness. Blue Demoness turned into a black tortoise and looked at the surrounding blood-devouring demon fiends with disdain. When the blood-devouring demon fiends felt the extreme Yang firepower, they revealed a look of fear and didn't dare to approach Yang Wu. "Kill them for me." Yang Wu stroked Blue Demoness and said indifferently, "Yes, master." Lan Yaoji responded obediently. Like a black tortoise, she soared into the sky and transformed into a terrifying sea of fire. She lit up the sky and the raging flames exuded an extremely intense fire aura. In the next moment, she fell and burned the blood-devouring evil demons below. The blood-devouring demon fiends were completely flustered. What a hateful chi! I can't stand it anymore. Could it be a saint flame? It's giving me such a great sense of threat. Damn it. This might be a minor saint flame. Don't hold back. Use all your strength to deal with that flame. Otherwise, we'll all be burned to death. Get out of the way. It's about to fall. Roar. Blue Demoness had intelligence. It could completely understand Yang Wu's intention. It turned into a sea of fire and fell from the sky, enveloping all the blood-devouring demon fiends within a few miles radius. No matter what level they were, as long as they weren't above the minor saint realm, they wouldn't be able to withstand its firepower. Moreover, it happened to be their nemesis. When the firepower of Blue Demoness fell, these blood-devouring demon fiends couldn't withstand it at all. Their bodies were burned by the flames. No matter how hard they tried, they still couldn't extinguish the flames of Blue Demoness. They let out a miserable shriek and rolled into a ball. Soon, they were burned to death. Many of the blood-devouring demon fiends that weren't touched by the firepower were scared to death. They frantically ran away from the vicinity, not daring to stay any longer. The Yang family's sinners' blood were all stunned. They were fighting desperately against the blood-devouring demon fiends just a moment ago. In the blink of an eye, a large number of blood-devouring demon fiends were slaughtered. It was really hard for them to believe. Blue Demoness was like the god of fire that descended. After it burned a large number of blood-devouring demon fiends, it kept the remaining firepower and spread it towards another direction. This was a minor saint flame that was filled with intelligence. No one below the saint realm could do anything to it. However, there were at least hundreds of thousands of blood-devouring demon fiends here. It wouldn't be easy to kill all of them. Yang Wu didn't pay attention to Blue Demoness. He let it deal with the blood-devouring demon fiends as he flew towards the direction of the 5 heroes. The 5 heroes' combat strength wasn't bad when they worked together. However, they couldn't withstand the attacks of the high heaven realm blood-devouring demon fiends. At this moment their formation had been messed up. Streams of blood chi were binding their bodies, preparing to drain their blood. The blood-devouring demon fiends laughed wildly. I'll let your lowly blood become a part of my noble bloodline. We can only use the imperial decree. The youngest of the 5 heroes, Gu Shi, shouted. He was ready to use his strongest trump card. However, before he could summon the imperial edict, a ghostly figure appeared behind the blood-devouring evil demon. A hand reached out and grabbed the blood-devouring evil demon's demon core, forcibly pulling it out. The blood-devouring demon fiends didn't know what was going on until it died. Who was so powerful that they could appear behind it silently and kill it with one move. Don't just stand there. Quickly recover your strength. Yang Wu's voice sounded. Thank you, Master. The 5 heroes finally calmed down after seeing Yang Wu. It wasn't the first time that Yang Wu had saved them. He had left an invincible impression in their hearts. No matter what happened, as long as Yang Wu was there, he would be able to turn the tide. Yang Wu didn't have time to deal with them. He quickly killed the blood-devouring demon fiends that were a threat to them. Then, he went towards Yang Hongchang and Bai Luoyun to help them resolve the crisis. Yang Wu, quickly come with me. We have to leave this place. These demons are crazy. I'm afraid they want to exterminate all humans here. We can't stop them before the saints take action. Yang Wu anxiously said to Yang Wu. Yang Wu didn't immediately respond to Yang Hongchang. Instead, he looked up at the sky with a dignified expression and murmured, I'm afraid it's too late. Patriarchs of all races, activate the immemorial demon spirit formation and break the saint's seal here. A demon's voice rang out. Chapter 659. Immemorial Evil Spirit Formation. The name sounded very intimidating, and in fact, it was very overbearing. This was an evil array created by a powerful great devil saint in ancient times. It required a large amount of blood sacrifices in order to fully activate the evil spirit array. This was also the reason why the evil devil race had attacked the City of Redemption. Whether it was the blood of the evil devil race or the human race, as long as there was a large amount of blood sacrifice, it was enough to activate the immemorial evil spirit formation. At that time, they would be able to tear open the seal and leave this place. In the sky above this space, dozens of minor saint experts were fighting fiercely. More than a dozen minor devil saints had died, and 7 human minor saints had died. It seemed that the evil devil race had more casualties, but it didn't mean that the human race had the upper hand. On the contrary, the human race had fewer minor saints. At most, there were only 20 of them, and the number of minor devil saints was more than double of them. The human race was strong and had many trump cards to rely on, which was why they were able to kill a few minor devil saints. However, the minor devil saints' attacks were unpredictable. If this continued, the human race would definitely fall into a disadvantage. Originally, the evil devil race could wipe out the human race in one fell swoop, and then activate the immemorial evil spirit formation. However, they were afraid that the human race's saints would intervene, and their plan would fall through. It was because of this concern that they activated the immemorial evil spirit formation in advance. In different corners of the sky, there were several minor devil saints who hadn't taken action yet. The one who gave the order just now was the blood-devouring evil devil race's patriarch, Ho Ling. He was the core of the formation. In different directions, there were Dream God Devil Race's patriarch, Nightmare Soul, 8-armed Devil Race's patriarch, Xie Qi Mu, and a white-haired female Devil Race's patriarch. In total, there were 5 peak minor devil saints. They were the top forces of the evil devil race. Ho Ling, Shiji hasn't arrived yet. Can we succeed if we start now? A faintly discernible voice asked. The one who spoke was the ghost-like Ho Hun. He was like a shadow floating in the void. It was difficult for others to discover his existence, but his soul power attack was definitely the strongest on the scene. Did something happen to Shiji? Not a single one of the flame-corroding devil clan came. The tall and muscular 8-armed man asked in a rough voice. The 8-armed demon was shaped like an ape. It had 8 thick arms and each arm was holding a different weapon. It looked ferocious and powerful. Serene is really an unreliable guy. He wants to destroy our 1,000 years of planning. Xie Mu cursed. This was an evil demon with 7 eyes. Its face was huge, and 5 of its eyes were closed. The 2 eyes that were open were like the crescent moon, looking extremely sinister and terrifying. The white-haired demoness didn't say anything. She was a human, so her silver hair completely covered her face. No one could see what she looked like. She was only wearing a simple white dress. If anyone saw her like this at night, they would think that they had seen a ghost. The white-haired demoness was a very special existence in the City of Redemption. She wasn't a demon pet of an evil demon. She had always been a lone wolf. She only had one goal, and that was to leave this place. However, she hadn't been able to do so for many years. When the patriarchs of several evil demon clans came looking for her, she agreed to participate in the matter of leaving this place. Ho Ling said faintly, "We can't wait for Serene now. If we delay any longer, our 1,000 years of planning will be destroyed. I'll let my eldest son take his place." Then, he roared, "Where is Serene?" Just as his voice fell, a blood-red light flickered and a blood-devouring evil demon appeared in the 6th position. It was Ho Ling's son, Serene. "What's the use of it?" Xing Mu looked at Serene and said disdainfully. Serene was just a mid-level minor devil saint. In their eyes, he was nothing. They needed a top-level minor devil saint to operate the ancient evil spirit formation. "Ho Ling, now is not the time to turn to any doctor. I think it's better to let my clan's Hui Mei come over." Ho Hun said. You've forgotten about my clan's blood fusion technique. Serming's bloodline power is enough to reach the same level as us," Ho Ling said with a smile. He paused for a moment, then emphasized, "However, my clan's battle strength will be affected. Those humans will have to rely on your clan's help. As long as we can leave this damned place, we'll do as you say," I said loudly. "That's right. Don't talk nonsense. Things will change if you delay," Xing Mu urged. "All right, Serene, you can begin." Ho Ling looked at Serene in the distance and called out. "Yes, father," Serene shouted. He looked down at the blood-devouring evil demons below and said loudly, "Boys, come and merge with this prince." All of a sudden, many vampiric demons rushed toward it, ready to fuse with it. "Let's each guard the array core and open the ancient evil spirit formation that has been arranged for 1,000 years." Ho Ling shouted again. In the next moment, the 5 top little devil saints kept making hand seals. Strands of evil energy began to spread in all directions, intertwining with each other in different directions. They were the array patterns that had been hidden in the ground for a long time. At this time, they were activated by the energy and began to appear in the human world. The blood from the massacre in all directions began to converge into the runes, forming a bloody array with an awe-inspiring evil aura. Faintly, the phantom of an evil spirit appeared in the air. It seemed to have come from the primordial era. It had 2 heads, 4 horns, 4 fangs, 4 arms, and 3 tails. It held a war spear in its hand and stood upright in the sky. The ancient evil spirits were one of the supreme races of the evil devil race. Their strength was boundless, and they even had the ability to shatter the void. This formation was to display the power of the ancient evil spirit. It would pierce through the seal here and help them leave. When the ancient evil spirits appeared, the little saints of the human race finally realized the ambitions of the evil wolves. Not only did they want to kill them, but they also wanted to break the seal here and leave. What a powerful evil formation! It's at least the power of a saint. These evil demons want to rebel. Quickly stop them. We can't let them succeed. Don't worry. They won't succeed. With the seal of a saint here, they won't be able to cause any trouble. So be it. I've been staying here for too long. I also want to go out and see the outside world. The attitude of the sinner's blood of the war race was different. Some didn't want to be broken, some didn't want to be suppressed here and wanted to leave this place. With such thoughts in mind, only a few small saints were fighting hard, trying their best to stop the evil spirit's actions. A thin shadow suddenly soared into the sky. Its target was Devouring Soul, who was in the center of the array. This shadow's attack was very fast and violent. It was really unexpected. Heaven's searching hand. The thin shadow's attack was heaven-defying. A terrifying palm grabbed at Devouring Soul as if the sky was going to be torn apart by it. In another direction, another shadow appeared. Its target was Dream God. A four-armed fire god spewed out intense flames towards Dream God. Fire God Xing Mo. The two people who attacked were both peak minor saints. Their attacks were quite powerful. It could be seen that they had been waiting for a long time for a critical moment to deal a heavy blow to the evil demons. When the devouring spirit sensed that someone had attacked it, it sneered and said, "I knew that the humans would definitely have a backup plan, but it's not realistic to want to disrupt our 1,000-year plan like this. When will the devil vine make its move?" Suddenly, countless blood-devouring devil vines grew out of nowhere and crazily attacked the shadow that was attacking Devouring Soul. It was like a terrifying monster that grew in the void. After waiting for many years, it suddenly descended and devoured all the living beings in the world. It was a terrifying blood-devouring devil vine. It had already surpassed the category of ordinary blood-devouring devil vines. It was a devil that had been cultivated by the blood-devouring devil vines for many years. Although it was just a plant, its attack power was not weaker than any of the top minor devil saints present. The attack of the heaven-searching palm collided with the countless vines of the blood-devouring devil vines. The sky seemed to be trembling non-stop. "How dare you evil demons! Aren't you afraid that the saints will come and kill all of you?" The human who was entangled by the blood-devouring devil vines roared. Taking a closer look, he was the ghostly old man from the Yang family. He was a top-notch expert in the dragon transformation realm. In another direction, Ho Hun was prepared as well. Like the blood-devouring fiend, he was most afraid of firepower. The person who had ambushed him was clearly trying to kill him. Ho Hun suddenly summoned a puppet. This puppet was still a human and no longer had any signs of life. However, its divine court was already under Ho Hun's control. It was equivalent to a doppelganger of the dream god, and it engaged in a fierce battle with the small saint. The minor saint who was filled with firepower was the crazy old man from Xing family. The ghostly old man and the crazy old man were currently the two strongest experts of the human race. If they couldn't deal with these evil demons and set up the immemorial evil spirit formation, then this place would be completely destroyed. It's been nearly 10,000 years. There are no saints here. If there were, they would have wiped us out long ago. Devourer sneered. You're underestimating the power of the saints. If you really want to go against the flow, all the demons here will be wiped out. You should just scram back and stay here, and be the sharpeners for us humans, Old Man Gui scolded. At this moment, the blood-devouring devil vines were too difficult to deal with. It had countless vines, and each one was incomparably tough. However, no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't destroy them all. He could only destroy the core of the blood-devouring devil vines. Devourer didn't have the time to talk nonsense with the ghostly old man. He looked at Shi Ming, who was performing the immemorial evil spirit formation in the distance, and shouted, "You guys talk too much. Shi Ming, are you ready? Quickly fuse your blood and help us complete the immemorial evil spirit formation. We will wipe out all the humans and leave this damned place." "Father, give me a quarter of an hour. I still need a bit more energy," Shi Ming replied. "Haha, very good. Humans, you have a quarter of an hour. Enjoy your last moments." Devourer laughed proudly. Chapter 660. Shi Ming continued to fuse with his own kind. His aura had already reached the high level of minor devil saint. He only needed to fuse with a few more of his kind to break through to the peak of the minor devil saint realm. After all, he was Shi Ming's son. The inheritance he had obtained was even more powerful. That was why he could fuse with so many of his kind. Other blood-devouring evil devils didn't have such an ability. The other evil devil patriarchs were on high alert, controlling the array core they were in charge of. Crisscrossing lines of the array core devoured the spilled blood below. The immemorial evil spirit array wasn't easy to set up. The first condition was that 6 peak minor devil saints were needed to support the array core. The second condition was that a large amount of blood was needed as a blood sacrifice to support the resurrection of the evil spirit. The evil spirit he had just awakened was only a minor devil saint. It didn't have any holy chi. He had to wait for Shiming to fill in the last corner before he could complete the last step and turn the evil spirit into a true evil spirit saint. If the corroding flame devil patriarch hadn't died, the evil devils would have set up the complete immemorial evil spirit array. They might have escaped. Who would have thought that Shiji would be killed by a human youth? Old Ghost burst out with all his strength, suppressing the blood-devouring demon vine. He had to kill it in the shortest time possible. On the other side, Crazy Old Man was also dealing with the Dream God Demon's puppet with all his strength. His firepower wasn't inferior to Old Ghost. It wasn't easy for them to finish off their opponents in half an hour. They needed more people to stand out. The evil devils have set up an array to break the Holy Seal. Saints, please send down an imperial edict to stop these evil devils. Someone prayed loudly. These evil devils' attacks are getting fiercer. They want to use us as a blood sacrifice. Don't hide any more trump cards. Another person shouted. No matter how these people shouted, it couldn't change the fact that the evil devils were stronger. There were too many of them. In a corner of the battlefield, Xing Bian, LV Jiaolian, and the others didn't participate in the battle. It was really puzzling. 7th Young Master, are we really not going to join the battle? Ichio, who had been scared away, asked Xing Bian. In this situation, it's meaningless for us to join the battle. Let's leave this place quickly and ask the saints to help us, Xing Bian said. Xing Bian said in a deep voice. He paused for a moment before continuing. Yang Wu, that brat, has returned once again. I want the flame-eroding fire seed on him. Don't worry, 7th Young Master. I'll go get it for you, Ichio replied. Yes, if we can't get the fire seed this time, you can stay and accompany them. Xing Baiyan responded indifferently. He took LV Jiaolian and controlled the snake warship to fly towards the Xing family's spatial gate. Their goal for this trip was the Flaming Eclipse Fire Seed. Now that the Flaming Eclipse Fire Seed had been snatched away by Yang Wu and a shocking change had occurred here, there was a need for them to stay. It was enough to leave everything to Ichio. At this moment, a sword light flashed across the sky. A large number of devils were slaughtered by this sword. The power of the sword was comparable to an early minor saint. Moreover, it contained intense firepower, which was extremely shocking. Xing Bian caught a glimpse of this scene and cried out involuntarily, Mysterious Phoenix Sword! Xing Bian had 2 goals for coming to the City of Redemption. The first was to obtain the Flaming Eclipse Fire Seed. The second was the sudden appearance of the Mysterious Phoenix Sword. The Mysterious Phoenix Sword was the sword of a peerless genius of the Xing family many years ago. It was one of the top minor saint weapons. It was said that it already possessed the weapon spirit and had the potential to become a saint weapon. If he could obtain the Mysterious Phoenix Sword, he would be like a tiger that had grown wings. Who knew that the Mysterious Phoenix Sword had already been obtained by someone else? And the person who obtained the Mysterious Phoenix Sword was none other than Yang Wu. Old E, you don't have to care about those devils. You must capture Yang Wu for me. His Flaming Eclipse Fire Seed and Mysterious Phoenix Sword must be mine. Xing Bian said with absolute certainty. Then, he took out an imperial edict and handed it to Ichio. He emphasized again, I don't want any accidents to happen. Ichio received the imperial edict happily and said solemnly, Don't worry, 7th Young Master. Even if I have to risk my life, I will get his fire seed and mysterious phoenix sword for you. Okay, go, Xing Bian said with satisfaction, and quickly disappeared from this world with LV Jiaoyan. With his ability, he could create a lot of trouble for the devils, but he didn't do so. The people here were all sinners. To him, they were just insignificant people. If they died, then so be it. The only thing he cared about was the fire seed and mysterious phoenix sword on Yang Wu. After he handed the imperial edict to Ichio, he felt that she would be able to smoothly complete the task he gave her. In another direction, Yang Wu was still doing his best to kill the devils. At this time, he had already realized the changes in this world. The devils were preparing to use all the humans as a blood sacrifice to break the seal here. Now, he requested to open the spatial gate of the Yang family and transfer all of them out. However, old Gue, who was guarding the spatial gate, went to fight the devils. Before he took action, he clearly told everyone that the spatial formation's power was disturbed by the devil's formation. It couldn't be used anymore. They had to break the formation here to continue using it. The sinners of the Yang family were in despair. At this point, they could only fight with all their might. The more devils they killed, the higher their chances of survival would be. Yang Wu allowed Lan Yao to kill a large number of blood-devouring evil devils. His points had skyrocketed and had exceeded 5 million points. However, this didn't mean that he had completed the mission. He still needed to kill 4 minor devil saints to complete the final mission. Under such circumstances, who would have the time to think about these mission points? However, Yang Wu couldn't help but think about it. This was his grandfather's hope of returning to the family. He wanted to take it back in an upright manner. Therefore, when a large number of blood-devouring evil devils were killed, and most of them flew up to Shiming and merged with his blood, he freed himself to help Yang Yuanchun and Yang Ba. Yang Ba was a peak heavenly fish. He had the battle prowess of a primary minor saint. Therefore, his battlefield was set at the minor saint realm. He was indeed powerful. He was evenly matched with a primary minor devil saint. The gap of 2 major realms wasn't something that could be closed so easily. It was already quite amazing that Yang Ba could do this. Just when the minor devil saint and Yang Ba were engaged in a fierce battle, Yang Wu launched a sneak attack. He used the nameless sword to directly cut off the minor devil saint's head. This gave Yang Ba a big fright. Yang Ba was fighting a minor devil saint from the 8 Arms devil race. The minor devil saint's combat prowess was very strong. His body's defensive strength was even more abnormal. Even Yang Ba's proudest opponent, Xiefu Tu, could only barely leave a crack on his body. However, such a minor devil saint was beheaded by Yang Wu. He couldn't believe it. Yang Wu's combat prowess was very strong. Yang Ba knew this, but he was still far from being a minor saint. However, in just a few days, Yang Wu's combat prowess had increased so much. This was something that he couldn't understand. Yang Ba's eyesight was still very good. He noticed the fire sword in Yang Wu's hand. It was a very powerful sword weapon. It was this sword that gave Yang Wu a boost in strength. That was how he was able to kill an 8 Arms devil saint. Yang Wu didn't have time to talk to Yang Ba. His figure once again swept in another direction. Yang Yuanchun was fighting 3 minor devil saints at the same time. His situation was very dangerous. If he didn't get help, he would die without a doubt. The 3 minor devil saints that were besieging Yang Yuanchun were respectively a dream god demon, a 9-eyed evil demon, and a demon. Among the 3 minor devil saints, only the dream god demon was a high-level minor devil saint. The other 2 were mid-level minor devil saints. With the help of Yang Wu's clarity pill, Yang Yuanchun's soul was cleansed and purified. His combat prowess was much stronger than before. Furthermore, he had broken through to the high-level dragon transformation realm. Even if he was facing a peak minor devil saint, he would still have the strength to fight. However, Facing the Dream God Demon's soul power attack, he was in a very difficult situation. The opponent was using soul power to interfere with his soul. The nine-eyed evil demon and the demon were attacking from both sides, forcing him to only defend. It was very difficult for him to fight back. If this continued, he would die without a doubt. Evil Dream Curse. The dream god muttered an incantation, and ghostly runes began to form. They invisibly flew towards Yang Yuanchun and surrounded him. Once this evil dream curse entered a person's soul, it could force them into a dreamland and easily slaughter them. Yang Yuanchun guarded his mind and sent out waves of energy to disperse the evil dream curse. There were too many of these evil dream curses, and they were everywhere. It was very annoying to deal with. "I've had enough of you," Yang Yuanchun roared. He became one with his weapon and exploded with a stunning attack. His target was the Dream God Demon. Only by killing this guy could he deal with the other demons. Haha, it's too late to go all out now. The Dream God Demon let out an ethereal voice. In the next moment, it waved its two small arms, and a terrifying amount of demonic energy gathered. It quickly formed a huge demonic face and pounced towards Yang Yuanchun. Demonic Face Corrosive Spirit. This attack contained a strong corrosive intent, and corroded Yang Yuanchun's attack. However, Yang Yuanchun's attack was too overbearing. The Dream God Demon's power couldn't completely corrode it, but it was enough for it. The nine-eyed evil demon only had 2 eyes, but it suddenly opened 2 more eyes. The demonic energy from the 4 eyes turned into weapons and blasted towards Yang Yuanchun. The demon continuously formed seals, forming a huge golden bell. Mysterious patterns flowed on the surface of the golden bell, and these patterns were stained with demonic energy, making them appear black and mottled. This made the power of the golden bell less pure, but it didn't hinder the might of the golden bell. Golden Bell Shackle. This was the battle chi talent unique to the Lu family. Yang Yuanchun gave it his all to kill the Dream God Demon, but unexpectedly, he didn't manage to kill the Dream God Demon. Instead, he was attacked by the other 2 minor demon saints. He still had to face the Dream God Demon's follow-up attack. He was in danger. At this moment, a soul light suddenly shot towards the Dream God Demon. Woo woo. Chapter 661. The Dream God's miserable shriek caused goosebumps to appear on everyone's skin. This was a shriek that came from the soul, not something an ordinary creature could produce. It was proficient in soul attacks and soul defense, but it was focused on dealing with Yang Yuanchun. It never thought that someone would be able to injure it with a soul attack. Fortunately, his opponent's soul force attack was still somewhat lacking, and only managed to weaken his soul force. He wasn't able to completely erase his soul force. Otherwise, he would have died. However, the opponent did manage to injure it. Without the interference of the evil dream curse, Yang Yuanchun was finally able to block the attacks of the 8-armed little devil saint and the 9-eyed little devil saint. Yuanchun, leave the dream god to me. The other 2 are yours. Yang Wu's voice resounded. Others might be afraid of the dream god, but Yang Wu wasn't. At this moment, he had already opened his soul eye. Strands of soul power shot out from his soul eye. If it was any other little devil saint that was attacked by Yang Wu's soul eye, their devil soul would have been erased. They wouldn't be like the dream god, who was only injured. After all, the dream god's main cultivation was soul power. It wasn't afraid of soul power attacks at all. Where did this little bastard come from? How dare you ruin my plans? I won't forgive you. The dream god's eyes locked onto Yang Wu. Intense soul light erupted from its eyes, forming 2 terrifying demonic weapons that stabbed towards Yang Wu's soul eye. Yang Wu's soul eye could clearly see the dream god's soul power. The 2 types of soul power were secretly competing. Yang Wu's soul power was not inferior to the dream god's soul power. He was actually able to block the attack. This brat's innate soul power. If I devour his soul, I will definitely be able to reach a higher level. The dream god's face lit up with greed as he spoke. His body constantly flickered, making it impossible for others to track his position. Then, he started chanting, and evil curses flew out from different directions, wrapping around Yang Wu. The evil dream incantation was an extremely evil incantation. "What the hell is this?" Yang Wu cried out involuntarily when he saw the evil dream curse. His soul I could only eliminate some of the evil curse, but some of the evil curse had already entered his soul. Hee kid, you're being controlled. The dream god sneered. After being hit by its evil dream curse, no one would be able to escape from its grasp. It continued to cast the evil curse, its hands flashing, trying to control Yang Wu and turn him into a puppet. It didn't know that its evil dream curse had entered Yang Wu's divine court and was destroyed by Yang Wu's soul. This was the power of a fighting soul. After Yang Wu cultivated the Soul Control Heart Sutra and reached the War Soul realm, his soul power had the ability to fight. Any energy that tried to attack his soul power would be blocked by the War Soul, unless it was a soul power that surpassed the War Soul's strength. The War Soul was the reason why he dared to use his soul power to challenge the Dream God. The Dream God was destined to return empty-handed, but Yang Wu pretended to be under its control. He was muddle-headed and didn't know what was going on. The Dream God thought that it had controlled Yang Wu, so it moved closer to Yang Wu and chanted even more evil incantations. It was determined to take Yang Wu down. Die! When the Dream God was within 100 feet of Yang Wu suddenly released a field of death, enveloping the surrounding area. The power of the Tao of Death could not only affect the body, but also the soul. The Dream God couldn't avoid losing part of its soul power, which scared it out of its wit. But before it could escape, Yang Wu's ice blade wings silently slashed its body. *Woo. This time, the Dream God's death was imminent. This was a high-level minor evil saint. How could it be killed so easily? In fact, those who understood the Dream God knew that their soul power was the strongest, but their physical body was the weakest. They were most proficient in sneak attacks and long-range attack. They would never engage in close combat. Just a moment ago, the Dream God thought that Yang Wu had been hit by its evil dream incantation, but who would have thought that not only was Yang Wu unscathed, but he also used the death aura to weaken its soul power, causing its perception to drop to the lowest level. This was why the ice blade wings took advantage of the opportunity and cut it in half. Even the remnant of its soul power was directly frozen by the extreme cold energy, making it unable to escape. Yang Wu stretched out his hand and quickly grabbed the Dream God's demon core. This demon core was different from the other evil devil's demon cores. It looked like a black cloud and didn't have a physical body at all, but the soul power it contained was incomparably astonishing. Yang Wu didn't have time to think about it. Behind him, a nine-eyed evil demon opened 4 eyes and attacked him. The nine-eyed evil demon had 4 eyes, so it was more appropriate to call it a 4-eyed evil demon. This 4-eyed evil demon wasn't the one that was attacking Yang Yuanchun. It was attacking from another direction. 4 different kinds of attacking force burst out from its 4 eyes. It came very suddenly, and not everyone could block it. Yang Wu's perception was amazing. He couldn't dodge it, but the heavenly scale armor covered his body and the spirit of Black Tortoise appeared, pushing his defense to the highest level. He took the 4-eyed evil demon's attack head-on. Bang. Yang Wu was sent flying, but he didn't suffer much damage. Not only was the defense of his heavenly scale armor comparable to a high-level minor saint, he was also wearing a full set of minor saint armor. With 2 layers of defense, even a peak minor saint wouldn't be able to kill him easily. Who would have thought that a mere mid-level heavenly fish youth would have such a powerful trump card? Is this kid a monster? He can actually eat the energy of my 4-eyed demon. The 4-eyed evil demon exclaimed. Slash! Yang Wu shouted and slashed at the 4-eyed evil demon with his ice-bladed wings. It was invisible, and its attack was unparalleled. Unfortunately, it wasn't able to kill the four-eyed evil demon in one fell swoop. It only left 2 scars on its body. The four-eyed evil demon was a peak minor devil saint. Its body was covered with demon armor, and it wouldn't be killed so easily like the dream god devil. However, Yang Wu's attack wasn't limited to this. His soul power attack had already shot into the four-eyed evil demon's forehead, trying to injure its devil soul as much as possible. The four-eyed evil demon wouldn't just sit there and wait for death. Its 4 eyes continuously shot out different kinds of attack power, as if they were cannonballs. The power was quite astonishing, and it strongly blocked all of Yang Wu's attacks. Not only that, it also had a powerful counterattack. Evil Eye Moon Slash. Suddenly, one of its evil eyes flashed out, turning into a huge moon, and quickly slashed at Yang Wu. This was the four-eyed evil demon's divine ability, Evil Eye's Moon Slash. How could Yang Wu deal with the superposition of a minor devil saint's divine ability and the power of a minor devil saint? The gap between Yang Wu's realm and his opponent's realm was still too big. However, Yang Wu had always been a master who refused to admit defeat. The stronger the opponent he encountered, the more unwilling he was to lose. The power in his body surged, and his defensive power reached the limit. His combat power also reached the limit. The death scythe appeared in his hand, and after his soul I caught the Evil Eye's Moon Slash. The scythe slashed out with a thick Tao of death. Bang! The sound of an explosion rang out in an instant. Evil Moon was cut into pieces, while Yang Wu was sent flying backward by the shock. He was in a sorry state. Evil Eye's Moon Slash. The four-eyed evil demon didn't give Yang Wu a chance to take a breather. It launched the second divine ability. 2 evil moon slash streaked across from different directions, and 2,000 zhang long cracks appeared in the sky. It was incomparably sharp. Before Yang Wu could stand firm, he swallowed the blood in his mouth and slashed out the death scythe once again. This time, he unleashed the power of Death Tao to the limit. The dense death chi could make any living being tremble in fear. Such power was indeed enough to challenge an early minor saint. Another wave of energy collided. Yang Wu was sent flying again, and blood spurted out from his mouth. His defensive power was amazing, but he was still injured by the opponent's power. With his minor saint body, it was already quite amazing that he could fight a peak early minor devil saint head-on, even if he was injured. This can't go on, Yang Wu thought in his heart. Just when the four-eyed evil demon was about to launch the 3 moon slash, a huge axe came slashing at it from behind. The four-eyed evil demon reacted quickly. It adjusted the direction of the 3 moon slash and faced the huge axe. Good chance. As soon as Yang Wu stabilized his body, he immediately grasped the perfect opportunity to kill the four-eyed evil demon. He didn't want to let go of such an opportunity. The power of his soul I was crazily shot out, and directly blasted into the devil core of the four-eyed evil demon. At the same time, the ice-bladed wings slashed out again, aiming at the evil eye of the four-eyed evil demon. The four-eyed evil demon had just blocked the sudden attack of the axe, but its magic core was inexplicably attacked. Its power was seriously affected, and before it had the time to defend, the ice-bladed wings stabbed into its 2 eyes like bayonets. Roar. The four-eyed evil demon's eyes were severely injured, which was its vital point. It let out a heart-wrenching scream. Obviously, it wasn't in a good condition. Kill! Yang Wu and Yang Ba shouted at the same time. They rushed over and bombarded the four-eyed evil demon. Death Scythe Slash. Heaven-splitting axe. The power of the 2 peerless geniuses crazily fell on the four-eyed evil demon's body, and finally, its life force was completely wiped out. This battle really wasn't easy. However, they didn't have time to be complacent. They felt a terrifying demonic aura sweeping out in all directions. It pressed down on their bodies, and a terrifying sense of danger loomed over their heads, making them feel the danger at all times. Haha, I've reached the peak of the minor devil saint realm. Shi Ming shouted in an incomparably cheerful voice. Quickly occupy the position of the Eye of the Formation and activate the power of the immemorial evil spirit formation to break the seal. Devouring Soul's voice sounded urgently. Haha, this moment has finally come. We've been waiting for a long time. Xie Qi Mu laughed wildly. At this time, all the humans revealed a look of despair. At this time, there was actually an internal strife. Yang Wu, be careful. Yang Wu, who was close to Yang Wu, shouted in alarm. Then, he righteously blocked Yang Wu's back. Puff. Chapter 662. Yang Ba was sent flying. Blood splattered everywhere, and his vitality was almost cut off. When Yang Wu found that Yang Ba had actually blocked a fatal blow for him, he screamed hysterically on the spot, Yang Ba! Yang Ba was a man. Although he had always been at odds with Yang Wu, it did not stop Yang Wu from wanting to subdue him. Yang Ba had always been unwilling to submit to Yang Wu, but after being dealt with by Yang Wu several times in a row, he had silently accepted this fact in his heart. At the critical moment, he desperately blocked a fatal blow for Yang Wu. In the past, he would never have done such a thing. Now, he had changed because of Yang Wu, but he did not regret it at all. He murmured in his heart, just treat it as paying him back. Yang Ba's internal organs were ruptured, and his vitality was almost extinguished. It was impossible for him to save himself. His figure slowly fell from the sky. The attacker did not stop there. He cursed angrily, eyesore. In the next moment, he once again attacked Yang Wu with all his might. Golden palm prints covered the sky and covered the earth as they slammed toward Yang Wu, wanting to smash Yang Wu into meat paste. This was the power of the advanced dragon transformation realm. This guy was Ichio. He had been waiting for this moment for a long time. He had to kill Yang Wu in the shortest time possible and return with Yang Wu's fire seed and the mysterious phoenix sword. Yang Wu had already seen Ichio. His killing intent rose sharply, and the power contained in his body erupted at this moment. Especially after the path of death was fully released, a large amount of death chi in the surroundings madly gathered toward him. This place had become a purgatory. Whether it was humans or devils, hundreds of thousands of them had died. A large amount of death chi shrouded this world. This was a useless force for any living being. Once it condensed into a real corrosive death chi, it would be harmful to any living being. No one wanted to touch it. However, it was a great tonic for Yang Wu. The Death Dao required him to absorb the death chi and comprehend the mysteries of the Death Dao. Only then would he be able to constantly improve and grow stronger. Yang Wu's divine court Dao flower swayed. A black petal produced a strong suction force, absorbing a large amount of death chi. This deathly aura formed an even more powerful deathly aura. When Ichio sensed that something was wrong, he was completely surrounded by the deathly aura. His already aged body was rapidly corroded and stripped of its vitality. Even his soul was withering. His attack power was rapidly reduced, and his state of mind was in chaos. The power he used on Yang Wu was at most comparable to an intermediate dragon transformation realm expert. Yang Wu was on the verge of going berserk. He slashed out with the death scythe. The black death chi saber light shattered Ichio's palm power. His figure was only pushed back a few dozen feet. I'll kill you, old dog. Yang Wu's soul eyes soul power surged, and an invisible soul power struck towards Ichio. Ichio was in a panic. He couldn't figure out how his lifespan was being deprived. This was simply killing him. He cursed, this must be an illusion. Before he could recover, Yang Wu's soul power attack pierced his soul like a blade. Even though his soul was already very solid, it was still difficult to withstand the bombardment of the soul power blade. Ah! Ichio let out a mournful scream. He held his head and quickly retreated. He didn't die because his soul was erased. He instinctively avoided the attack. Kill! Yang Wu roared like a demon king. The death scythe slashed out a force of 2,000 feet. The dense death chi turned into saber light and landed on Ichio's body. Pfft! Ichio was hit and spat out a mouthful of blood. Yang Wu's overbearing slash didn't cut him in half. It wasn't because his defensive power was strong, but because he was wearing a defensive armor. When Yang Wu's slash hit the armor, it only injured him. It wasn't enough to kill him. This was enough to scare Ichio out of his wit. He was at the advanced dragon transformation realm. How could he be forced into such a state by an intermediate heavenly fish realm? Strange little bastard, I won't let you go. Ichio roared and was ready to use his final trump card, the Imperial Edict. As long as he used the Imperial Edict, he believed that Yang Wu would die without a doubt. Unfortunately, he no longer had the ability to do so. He was hit by Yang Wu's slash. A large amount of death chi invaded his body and began to wreak havoc on his vitality. His internal organs were rapidly weakening and his vitality was rapidly draining away. There was no way to stop it. His face became even more aged, like an old man with one foot in the grave. He no longer had the high-spirited appearance he had just now. What's wrong with me? Ichio said, trembling. He felt that he was going to die. In fact, this was indeed the case. Ichio was already surrounded by the death chi. It could be said that he suffered a double attack. With his strength, there was no way to get rid of the death chi. It contained the power of martial arts. Ichio was no longer in the mood to kill Yang Wu. He was trying his best to open the Imperial Edict, hoping to use it to survive at the last moment. Who would have thought that the ice blade wing would suddenly slash out and directly slash at his arm? Ah! Ichio screamed. His wrist was cut off. Blood gushed out like a fountain. His appearance was really miserable. You deserve to die 10,000 times for hurting my brother. Yang Wu appeared beside Ichio like a ghost and slashed down with the death scythe. No! Ichio's eyes widened in shock. In the next moment, he was directly dismembered by Yang Wu. When the surrounding minor saints saw this scene, they felt their scalps go numb. Yang Wu's massacre was too terrifying. The evil spirits did not show the slightest fear. Their eyes were fixed on the immemorial evil spirit. Their faces were filled with incomparable awe, as if they had seen their king. With the completion of Devouring Cry's blood fusion technique, he had finally completed the immemorial evil spirit array. However, his power seemed to be insufficient, and the immemorial evil spirits he condensed still could not reach the power they had imagined. Devouring Soul, the evil spirit's power is not enough. What's going on? Babai roared at Devouring Soul. They had prepared this plan for 1,000 years. They could not afford to fail. Now that they had reached the critical moment, if there was a mistake, all their efforts would be wasted. Is it because Devouring Cry's power is not enough? Xiechi Mu asked. Humph, my power is a combination. It's normal for it to be inferior. However, the evil spirit is at least stronger than us. Devouring Cry coldly snorted. Devouring Soul said, the evil spirit's blood sacrifice is not enough. Then what should we do? Babai asked. Not only do we need to kill more humans, but we also need to sacrifice our children. Devouring Soul replied. Then what are we waiting for? Let them kill the humans with all their might. Once they're done, we'll sacrifice them. Xiechi Mu said emotionlessly. We only have half an hour. Give the order quickly. Devouring Soul replied straightforwardly. Brats, slaughter all the humans. The various patriarchs gave their orders. At this time, all the evil spirits became even crazier. They did not hesitate to kill the humans at all cost. Even the minor saints were going all out. The minor saints outnumbered the humans in the first place. If they went all out, the humans would be in great danger. Fortunately, Ghost Old Man and Crazy Old Man had already killed their opponent. They had consumed a lot of battle power, but as peak dragon transformation realm experts, this was nothing. Crazy old man, don't hold back anymore. Let's use the Imperial Edict. Ghost old man called out to crazy old man, let's use it. Crazy old man replied indifferently. In his hand, an Imperial Edict emitting by an aura appeared. Ghost old man also took out an Imperial Edict. The two did not waste any more words and tore it open. At this moment, if they held back, this place would really be destroyed. When they activated the Imperial Edict, Devouring Soul was the first to discover it. He shouted, "They've activated the Imperial Edict. Everyone, don't hold back. Release the evil spirits and strengthen the evil spirit. Let the evil spirit destroy the two saint energies." In the next moment, they spat out balls of devil soul power. These were the soul power of the little devil saint, which had been refined by them long ago. They were all prepared for today. Several minor saints released their devil soul energy towards the evil spirit. The evil spirit opened its mouth and swallowed all the devil soul energy. Its body became more solid. The evil spirit's aura had finally surpassed the devil saint level. This level was invincible in this world. The Imperial Edict was opened. Two saint shadows appeared. They did not even say a word. Their eyes fell on the evil spirit and they attacked at the same time. This was the offensive power of the Imperial Edict. The power contained in it was much stronger than the defensive or fleeing Imperial Edict. The ghost old man Saint Shadow looked very ordinary, but the power contained in it was extraordinary. It waved its arm like a holy spear, aiming at the evil spirit's vital point. The crazy old man Saint Shadow was tall and mighty. Its aura was awe-inspiring. The power of its palm seemed to be able to make space cave in. This was the power of a saint. Lord Evil Spirit, please help us destroy the human race and take us away from this place. All the leaders of the evil spirits prayed. After the evil spirit had reached the saint realm, its power had increased greatly. It took the initiative to absorb the evil spirit's power. Facing the two waves of attack, the evil spirit's 4 arms stretched out. The evil spirit's power appeared and blocked the power of the two saint shadows. Hong long. The power of the collision of the saint shadows was simply earth-shattering. Even though they were fighting in the sky, the ground was still shaken and cracked. Many creatures were affected. Some died on the spot, some fainted, and some fell from the sky. All the creatures stopped fighting. In the Saint Realm Chi field, they did not have the ability to fight. Even the minor saints could not. The evil spirit's combat power was indeed strong. It could easily fight against two saint shadows. Once the evil spirit destroyed the power of the two Imperial Edicts, this world would be completely finished. Where are the saints? Why haven't they come to save us? We are sinners, blood. We have been abandoned. Who will come to save us? I don't want to die. I don't want to die. God, please save us.